What's going on? What's going on with the family? I just wanted to check in with you guys. A lot going on, as you guys know. This is just getting a little hotter in these YouTube streets. They keep putting everything out here, all this pervertedness, this weirdness. Everybody keep exposing everybody. I've been telling y'all they about to put everybody on blast. AP did a Aboriginal Power. He did a live yesterday. Or was that this morning? I believe it was yesterday or either early this morning. And he did a lot of exposing of these people, just like everything that's been going on. You guys got to be aware of who you're following. Stop following these people. Stop following behind everything that somebody is telling you if you're not feeling a connection to the truth in yourself. So what's happening now is they're infiltrating the conscious community. They're about to make it look like it's a bad thing to be involved with. They're about to make it look like everybody in the conscious community is no good. Everybody in the conscious community has nothing positive to do for the community. Everybody in the conscious community is a scammer, some type of pedophile, rapist, or something of the sort. So now, what we got to make sure that we're doing, guys, is not focus on those things. We have to focus on the things, the matter at hand. We're coming into a time in an age right now where everything is being shifted. We are going through an era, and right now they want to assure that we're not able to benefit ourselves by reaching to a certain state. And the way by going on the way of reaching a higher state, ascending to a better state of knowledge, if they diminish people with falsities, lies, and put a dark light or shed a dark light on certain things, this is what's going to happen. So I actually put a link in the description. I want you guys to see some of this stuff because these are recordings and videos. I don't have information or privy to downloading them. So I put the link in the description. I want you guys to go look at that. And I didn't have the ability to share it on my channel, but he definitely put it together as far as a lot of information and what's going on. So take your time, look at it and start waking yourself up to the truth, knowing what's going on, knowing that we're under attack by so many different entities and people that are trying to do certain things that will, um, like I said, shed a light on the conscious community. So the conscious community looks like something else that's non-dependable. Just like now, how people are talking about the churches and the Catholic churches and the priests, and they're talking about all these different people. All the people that people have looked up to are coming down now. Look at some of the actors and singers and so on and so forth. All these people are doing so many different things that are what we consider not normal behavior. A lot of transhumanism, putting jewels in their head, doing all these weird things. This one guy came out today. My daughter was showing me. He did the picture like Beyonce did when she was pregnant with her first child. He's got literally the picture of him pregnant, looking like Beyonce did with the head thing, the white, trying to, I guess, mimic her. So yeah, it's disgusting. It's sick for them to even have that on any type of magazine or anything, knowing that children will see that. How foul and disgusting is that? Have you guys seen it? Look up the guy that did the pony song or whatever, the weirdo that did the show and came down with all this devil worship and all this gay stuff on the stage. Yeah, he literally just did a cover of himself pregnant, and it looks like a real belly. My daughter brought the conversation to me about Cardi B. She said, "Mom, I don't think she's pregnant. Look at her belly." She was showing me the stomach. Her stomach looked just like the dude's stomach, fake and altered. So I don't know if that's fake or not, but it's so much weird stuff going on right now. We just got to be aware of the tricks of our mind. They put things out here so that you are confused. They'll make things look a certain way where you're looking like, dang, is this what I'm noticing or seeing? So your mind is actually deceived to information. So you're not able to process truth and reality and know the difference and be able to see or tell the difference yourself. So what you have to do, guys, is start paying less attention to this weird stuff as far as visualizing and taking this stuff in, making your brain think that it is normal, making your brain feel that it's a reality that is actual factual. when actually what it is just brain form information that's being put transmitted to your brain, causing brain waves to be altered. And because of that, there's a dysfunction in your brain, and you're not able to see things precisely clearly. So you're projecting an image in your mind that is being projected onto you, that is being written on your mind, that is being written and transcribed into your brain's mapping system, so that now this is what you think the reality is. So don't let nobody play you. You got to learn how to play the game, figure it out, get to it, and know what's going on. Yeah, I dropped a link to that video in my description. I couldn't share it, so I definitely want to make sure that everybody got a chance that I know to look at it. It's just a little more exposure. I've been seeing so many exposure videos and the truth coming out, and just showing everything that these weird people have been doing. So what we got to do is make sure that we are aware of it and aware of the falsities of it, and making the people in our lives aware of it, so that they're not letting it impact them and become a part of them by information being written in the coding in their brain and the brain mapping frequencies being transpired, so that now they're reading or following up under guidelines that someone wants to present to them for them to live in. So I wanted to say that, guys, I'm sorry about this long delay. I wanted to do this yesterday. I had a few more things to say, but since then, there's been a lot of different conversations, and I really don't want to reiterate a lot of stuff. I really just wanted this video to be shared on the exposure and talk a little bit about that. And definitely about this guy my daughter told me about on the with the pregnancy thing. This dude with this big belly looking like he's 7 months pregnant, and we know you don't really have a pregnancy going on. So the deceptiveness of that, for them to even have the gall to allow that to be seen publicly, for children to be so confused about a man being able to bear a child. How disgustingly sick was that? I can't even believe when she showed it to me. I almost wanted to throw up. He got the same thing on, like I said, the flowers around the head. He got this white thing on with the shirt wide open, and he's got his white pants on, these white shoes, and he's sitting there with a belly, holding his belly, just like the picture that Beyonce did when she was pregnant with the baby blue. So when I say it's a bunch of weird stuff going on, y'all, all these distractions, the lower vibrations keep people at a state where they don't even know what's going on, and their mind is constricted, conflicted, and just combust you with a bunch of BS. Yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now. So we got to make sure that we are aware of these things, keeping in our minds that we have to make sure that we're controlling the things that we're taking in, so that we can project the realities and manifest the things that we want. If you're going to manifest something, you have to be the person that creates that thought. You have to think it. I suggest you write it down. When you're writing it down, you're actually spelling something out to promote more of the manifestation. And then when you're spewing it and talking about it out your lips, you're putting the atomic structure out there for whatever it is that you want to be built on the building blocks of this life, by voicing that. And that actually holds weight. Your voice, the atoms in your voice actually holds the weight. So it's important and prominent to do that. Truth over lies. Peace and blessings, brother. Peace and blessings. Yeah, so yeah, I just jumped up here real quick. I wanted people to see the exposure of this video that AP did. I don't know how to share to my YouTube channel. So unfortunately I was not able to share it, because I would have definitely shared it, showing a lot of this stuff that is coming out. I've been talking about it, because recently I've been seeing a lot of things I've been talking about on different people's platforms. So it's a lot of exposure, more confirmation. Every time I turn around, I'm seeing something else to confirm for me that one of these people is some type of agent, some type of government or affiliated spy. They're infiltrating into our community. I'll say this again, trying to infiltrate the conscious community, so that way nobody is able to decipher the truth from a lie. They don't know who to trust. They don't know what's going on. Yes, yes, that same dude, Truth Over Lies, exactly the same one that had the fake boobs and did the thing about it, bro. Oh, look at I got breasts. Little weirdo, the one with that song. Um, oh, sis, I'm sorry. I thought you came on the panel before, sis. All these, look, these names we use for our YouTube, it's kind of hard to decipher a man or a lady. I apologize, babe. Please don't be offended. I thought you came on the panel before, but it was someone else. But I'm glad to know. I know you're a woman now, boo, so I know how to address you. Thanks, sis. I appreciate that. Um, so yeah, with that, guys, we got to just be aware of what's going on because there's so much of and I've been doing that a lot too. I've been seeing so many. Sis, what's up? What it do, sis? Let me put the link out in case you want to join me real quick, sis. I thought you probably was sleeping. Let's see. What it do? What it do? And if you want to jump up, sis, you can too. I was actually just jumping up here to say that real quick. I was gonna get off, make it nothing too long, but if anybody's interested in the conversation, y'all know I can do that too. Any questions, a suggestion on a topic, I'll hit it for you. It's nothing. But yeah, with that, yeah, I just had on my mind about this stuff. I just want everybody to be so aware of these agents. I'm just seeing so much of it. Even earlier today, we were having a conversation, a build about something on someone's platform. Somebody came in and just totally turned the whole thing around. And it just goes to show agent. There are so many agents, people that you don't even know. Like people have moderators or people that are in their chat that they deal with all the time, and they're thinking like, "Oh yeah, this person's cool or whatever." A lot of these people are agents. A lot of them. So it's a lot going on right now. What's up, sis? You up late, huh?
Oh, shifts. Yep.
You done turned to a night owl now.
Mhm. That's why I put the after. I'm like, all right.
Yes. Yes, sis. I just jumped up here yesterday, not yesterday. I think it was today. I think I changed the timing from yesterday. But remember the video that AP did, and he was doing a lot of exposing. He was showing like the videos, playing some audio. I don't remember. I told you I don't know how to share it on YouTube. So what I did was I wanted the information to be out here, and I'm like, "Yep, here we go. I told y'all about these agents. Here go more proof." So yeah, that's what this video was about. Just trying to like share that real quick, and yeah, just talking in general about some of this stuff going on, exposing these stupid agents again, and how I'm just tired of them. Every time you turn around, it's something going on, and you're seeing more facts about somebody coming out or something else exposing somebody else. And it's just a whole bunch going on. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Truth over lies said, "What's going on, sis?"
Oh, peace and love, sister. I saw the link, so me, I'm gonna click the link. So,
Yes, 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 sis.
um, I was gonna. Oh no, don't worry about sharing videos. I'm gonna show you how to make a playlist, and then you make it public, so you can every live stream that you're on, or every
Hmm.
show live stream that you like, or you find it interesting,
Hmm.
and you save it in that playlist.
So I gotta say, okay, you can show me that, like you said, sis. Definitely gotta show me that because I want to do that. So,
Mhm.
because there'd be a lot of videos, that be good, and I want to share them. And then people might think like, when they be in their video, share the link. I'll be wanting to, but shoot, I don't know how to share it. So yeah, I definitely want to do that. What's going on, sis, grandma?
Peace, grandma. I've got Nepa. Oh, are you there, sis?
Yes, babe, I'm here. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, but yeah, and anything else, they got some. I was on Solar's panel. I got off of there real quick. His girl Katrina, she's up there actually. She holding the hosting today because she wanted to do a women's panel. So they had a nice women's panel. We was over there talking about this stuff that's going on. Kind of the same thing that me and you was talking about that day, like getting through, type of signs. We were talking about signs, signs to look for when with these perverts. Like, is there something you can see where it's like, dang, I gotta watch him, or something it's like, dang, I should have noticed this one thing this guy was doing that he was looking at my kid, or these weird little things. Anything about that with you, sis? What's up, bro?
Uh,
What do you think? What do you think about that? Can you think of things that briefly you could say would be signs to look for? I'll start. I was saying that the grooming. No, I'm sorry. They brought up the grooming, but it made me think about, yeah, the grooming. They'll start like, oh, let me take the kids to the store. Whatever. I'll take them to the store. Oh, I'll drop them off to school for you. Oh, let me. You know what I'm saying? It's trying to take the kids somewhere separate without you, and trying to act like they're so. They want to let your kids love them or something, like they just want to build this bond and relationship, and they want to, those type of things. I think that's very important to know. We need to make sure that we're looking at certain little things that we can't tell, even with the guys. The guys do the same thing. Be thinking, oh, it's a guy, he ain't thinking nothing. Some of these guys, they get right with you. You thinking they like you, but they see you got that little boy they like. So it's a lot of little things we need to be checking out.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, sis?
Well, I haven't been like really. I haven't seen it on YouTube because
Okay.
Um. So I can't really speak on that. Uh.
Nothing that you would think about as far as like, what if you were you were around a guy, right? Is there anything that you would notice to be like, he acts strange around kids, or oh, he always want to be with the kids, or I don't know, anything that you would note that somebody might be able to even notice or
Oh,
take you
okay.
to.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Well, I can only speak from my experience. Um. How do you say that? I don't want to go like okay. So I noticed that like when they're always try to keep you close or standing right next to you or
Mm,
try to fix your clothes or how do you say that? It's
just
like
like having that control or something, sis.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, or always giving compliments. Um, uh, I don't know. I'm just just let me. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm having flashbacks. So okay. Um,
Oh,
no, but yeah. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
okay, I'll touch on what you said. Like you said, the like having keeping the kid close. Keeping a bond, a type of bond where it's a control thing.
Hmm.
I was telling the ladies that a lot of times they'll think like when they were talking about it in general in the sign. I'm sorry, what's going on, brother? How you doing, bro?
I'm all right, sis. What's up with y'all?
Peace, peace, chilling, bro. But I was
Greatness.
saying, yes, greatness to you. I was saying how they what they have to do a lot of times is not be thinking like, oh, he don't act freaky or weird, or it don't always be about being a freak or a pervert. When they say a pervert, oh, this pervert, they think, oh, he's some type of freak or something like that. It's not always about the person being a freak. A lot of times what it is, the person wants to have some kind of control over somebody. They want to be able to peace and blessings, bro. What's going on with you? They want to peace and blessings, Noble. They want to have all these different things put into the child where they can control them, or they feel that power. People get off on the power more than they do anything else. A lot of times people forget that. So it's not about the pervertedness. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that? How you doing, Big Philly? What's going on, bro?
Much love and respect, everybody. How you doing, sister? Much love to everybody. This is OG. Much love.
We rolling it. We rolling it.
Go ahead. I was talking to my mom. I'll get in a minute.
Mama.
Mama. Right. All right. That sounds good. Talking to mama. Love that.
You said you said waving?
That's right. Shout out, moms. One
Mm-hmm.
love forever.
Peace and love, beautiful.
Listen now.
Hey, it get real funky like a donkey's hooves dealing with what y'all talking about.
Hmm.
Chris said it's always giving compliments is a sign. Yeah, bro. I would
Yeah,
consider that
yeah.
too.
Look, CON is KIND. They
Peace and
kind artists. The
mm,
CON is the KIND. The kind person.
Hmm.
Like you might think it's your kind, but you'll sooner or later find out. You know what I mean? And dealing with like the pet, it's where I touch everything, but I don't gotta touch everything.
Facts,
You know,
facts.
your eyes lay on everything you so-called looking at. So you look too long or too strong, yeah, something like was you daydreaming?
Or something that be changed or something different. Like Noble said, when he said when the kids start acting different, that's a very big sign.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, because they'll start they might be intimidated around the person, they just act weird, they start wetting the bed, all kind of things we could think about when it comes to that. Kids give you signs when they hurting or going through.
Mm. You know how they say let something go if it come back to you is true.
Yes.
Something like a boomerang. That's where like the domesticated world, you know what I'm saying? A mother bird will peck you for trying to take her eggs because you want a bird. It's like this whole pet thing. Like the people don't even see that they're pets now. You know, people
Mm,
buying people, you know, and whoever you are as an individual, that's the foul that you are if they end up picking you out of all of these people. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. No, Chris, real quick on what you said. Chris said, wow, then I should stop shaking my head. No, bro, not so much like giving kids like, oh, the kids, making them feel good, encourage them. That's different. When I say giving them compliments, I would say overdoing it. When a person
Yeah,
every
that
time they see
sneaky
him,
shit.
hey cutie, hey, oh, that's my boo. You so cute, this, that. Every time they see the little kid, they talk saying some little stuff. I've even heard guys say certain little things to kids where the mom be thinking it's cute. Ooh, look a little sexy self or something like that. Yo, hold on, right there. Certain
Too
things.
much on it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. Those type of things, bro. It's nothing wrong with complimenting kids. It's nothing wrong with encouraging them to
Mm.
make them
Facts.
feel good. Those type of things. But when it's that overbearing, always, ooh, come here, ooh, you're my favorite. Give me a kiss. All that old nonsense. That's when the compliments are going too far.
Yes,
That's fire.
and when you said peeing in the bed, man, I peed till I was like 8 years old in my bed. So
Mm,
I think that some things I don't remember, but
right,
I definitely there was definitely some touching and going on.
right.
Yeah.
And that's another thing the ladies mentioned. It's like so many women have went through this as a teenager or child at some point in time. Some even have went through or almost went through it. Somebody tried it or they still did something to them. It just wasn't a total violation, but they were still violated. So it's like, and it be most of the times, about half the time, it's a family member, which is the worst demeaning part. So if a family member, think about a child being in a position where a family member done did something foul to them. It's like, well, dang, if they did that, can I trust another family member? They might be scared to tell, or some things of that
You
nature.
better not. You
Mm.
better not deal like trust. That's something, like where you deal with trust, you're gonna fail yourself because it's like if you can't trust yourself, how could you trust someone else? If you can't trust yourself to get done what you need to be doing, or accomplishing, how could you put that in someone else? You know what I mean? It's like that person that be trying to get the police to shoot them in the face,
Mm.
you know. Um,
She
like
said,
it,
what Bob said, she said sometimes the children will act out what happened to them on to other people, and that is so true, sis. You're right about that. They'll or not even on other people or children, they definitely do. And also, I meant to say with like stuffed animals or something. You might see a baby, yeah,
Yes.
the dolls and like you said with other children, then they'll get mad. They'll be like, "Oh, this kid doing this. They being nasty. They being this little freak." Or they'll say that they'll call their child a little pervert or a little freak. I've heard this type of stuff. Kids get
right.
called them or whatever the case may be, not thinking like, "Well, damn, where did they get this from? What did they see?" Or ask the kid to see if something happened to them, and that's generally what usually has happened. Like the sis
Mm,
said, they'll act it out on another kid because they don't know how to voice it or say it. All they know if it's something that's penetrating their brain and their mind. It's something that's been written horribly on their little mind where they're thinking about it. So now they have to act it out because they can't speak their emotions and how it's bothering them, how it's hurting them. So it's up to the parent to see and know these things.
Mm-hmm.
That's fire.
Peace and love, bro. What's going on with you, J Man? Yes, definitely.
Hey,
Especially when they
hey,
always pulling a child too close to their private areas or sitting on a lap.
talk
Um,
about it.
they
Yeah.
always want to have, oh, come sit on Uncle such and such. What?
See,
No.
hey,
Yeah.
look at this. This is the very reason why your fingers interlock at your palms, because the child is to stand in your hands. They not to be with their legs all cracked open. Where you hold them under your forearm or whatever. They
Right.
buttocks will be sitting on your forearm. Like you supposed to lock them fingers and them babies stand in your hands and they'll put their arms around your neck. This where you can see all hands. You know what I'm saying? And that's like where you look up and you realize the concept of a superhero. It's a deadbeat dad that's not raising his family, of course. Where I bust in the door and I step on your dad. You be glad I did it. I step on him like a roach, say for mistreating his own offspring and his woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This
Right.
is the
And
stepdad is the real man if he's
and
able to step in your home.
and what
You
about
got
it?
it.
And what about the parents? Like, can we talk about that for a second?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Let's
sometimes,
do it.
especially okay, let me not put all the blame on the mothers, but sometimes, especially if it's a teenage girl, um, something happens, within the family, either a nasty uncle or whatever, um, and she tells her mom, and the mom is still young and still dating. Uh,
Mhm.
it's always a problem, especially like, or even if it's the stepdad, you know. Then why do some parents try to, how do you say that? They don't believe the child, or
They're
they
in denial.
yes,
Hmm.
Did not. Yep. This it's like cognitive dissonance.
yeah.
What's up, bro? Peace and love to you, bro.
Mhm.
Yes,
And
their mind can they either don't want to wrap around. It's two things. They either don't want to wrap around the truth because it's going to break something else that they're trying to build. This is what I see. It's like so, they're trying to build a relationship. They're trying to build a family structure. Say where it may have been a single mom. So now she wants a family structure. So she's trying to build something. So it's like, okay, no, this isn't happening because everything over here is so good. Say 90% of the things, everything else is good. He paying the bills. She don't got to be asking what you doing with your money. He ain't ripping it running the streets. He helping around the house. He doing this. He doing this. So now here comes this one thing that's coming and is putting a damper on everything. This damper is causing a break in the mortar of this foundation that she thought she was building in her mind and in her heart. So now there's something that comes in the transgression that, and the person in their mind, they're trying to find a way to shift around because why they're looking so much at the material stuff, like how we always talk about. They always, people get so caught up in the material, they don't think of, the more important thing. Oh, this person helped
Mhm.
me pay my bill. Well, dang, if I get rid of, oh man, he been helping me pay the bills. He been doing this and that, and
Mm.
maybe it was something. Maybe he was a little drunk and he wasn't thinking, or maybe she was doing. She had her little butt out. She do got a little big butt for a little girl, and they're reasoning themselves out of this shit. I mean, I'm sorry, I mean say it like that, but I've heard certain situations with people, and it's like amazing to me how people will reason themselves out of not particularly this situation. I'm just thinking about how a person could go in their mind with this thought if they feel that this is something they're building, something that they need, something they're dependent on to be
Mm.
better in their life, and then here you put something in it, not knowing how it's dampering it
and
because you feel inadequate. Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry.
and sometimes the mom has been abused also, and she hasn't dealt with that either. So when the dart, it's like um a generational curse. So it happens
Hmm.
Facts.
to the daughter, and then it keeps, and unless they solve it, it will
Mm.
pass on to the
And
grandchildren. Yeah.
Dang, baby. Sis said that happened to me with my uncle molesting me and impregnating me at
Uh,
13 years old, and nobody believed her, not even her
oh,
mom. And that's the worst and hurtfulest thing for a child to go through.
oh
When you
man,
can tell your mom and they don't believe you. I'm so
Mm.
sorry that happened to you, baby.
damn it.
Mm.
You know how they say, oh, I hate to be you. You know what I'm saying? This where say the blame game came from, and where you be lame for telling your truth or trying to, get you some help. You put yourself in the blame lane or being lame or the crybaby area. Especially if they don't care about your well-being. You know what I'm saying? Whomever you may say spill your truth to, they gonna look at you like, really? You know what I'm saying? So if it's like unbalanced people that you're dealing with, like don't even reach out to them because they just gonna play you.
Mhm.
You better reach somebody who is ain't having that shit, man. And they gonna have your back.
Go to to the girls. If it's another family, you go to somebody and mostly is gonna touch her. You saying like the dad, where he gonna be running to break somebody's neck if it's his daughter, that he and hear this
Hmm.
person, my brother, or this or that person, or you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
what? The
If you
dad,
got
he
a
ain't trying to
dad,
have no sympathy. He ain't trying to
mm,
have no sympathy.
none of that. If you got a dad and he hear that shit around you, all hell's breaking loose. You know what I mean? Right with the mama. They care for their baby like this ain't even gonna happen. You know, because it's like you'll be all knowing dealing with your family. You know what I'm saying? But you if you kind of say drop the ball and just riff raff type of uh say setting where any and everybody come through and nobody's focused in the family, this where this kind of shit go on. So it's like everybody got to look at themselves. You can't just blame, you know you got to let the person who kind of let that guard down, they got to be held accountable too. Like
Wait a
everybody.
what you mean the person that let their guard down?
Say dad, mom, whoever let the person get to their child.
Oh, okay,
You
okay.
know what I'm saying?
I thought you
It,
meant the child. I'm like, wait a minute.
yeah, you can't blame the baby, man. You can't blame the child.
Yeah.
It's like everybody in your say humble abode, you let them in there.
And what about the ones that are even the fathers? It was a father that just raped his daughter, his 10-month-old daughter, and she died.
Oh my
Mm,
God.
Yeah.
I don't even need to hear that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even talk about certain stuff, but since we talking,
God.
this go to show, like even certain women, right? They had these men, and they had these babies by them, and then it's like, what I've seen sometimes, like the women will have the guys that say they'll stay home with the baby. They might be working a job, they working, and this and that. Well, he's a baby dad, and I'd rather keep my job because I'm making good money, and he stay home with the baby, and this and that, da 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 da. Not that that's not possible sometimes. Not to say
Mm,
that that's not okay either. Let me just say that because, I'm 50-50 on that. I'll just say that. It's nothing wrong with the dad. If he's a responsible, good dad and he taking care of his baby, doing what he's supposed to do, that's fine. If the mom making good money and she can do what she needs to do, if that's what y'all want to do, I don't have nothing to say about it. That's just not nothing I would do. But I'm just saying I could understand if a person does that. But when it comes to that with the baby, even putting them in the position because boom, now your man home all day, he babysitting the baby, he got the baby all day and you gone. He might be, a little high sexually natured or something, and he changed a little baby diaper, and he's looking like, well, dang, look kind of the same, just smaller, and oh, you know what I'm saying?
man, that
You
shit,
put a man
man.
in a position to do these things because the roles are reversed. I'm just saying. What you want to say about that, Mindset?
Like just the thought, like
The
whoever
roles.
thinks like that, you know what I mean? Like that's so scary. I'm so
The
glad. Like
good
I
ads.
mean, you know, people that say imbalance, like they think like that, like you just said. I won't repeat it. You know what I mean? But like it's like where people say totally negative, world upside down,
Yep.
confusion. They ain't really knowing what this is. They think like that, girl.
The
That is
guy,
fucked up. You know.
one of the guys on the I was watching when they was doing the exposure. This was like Saturday, I think, a few days ago, over the weekend. And one of the
Uh-huh.
guys was playing one of the side netters when two of the guys was arguing, like on one, you know how they'll be the Israelites might be on the corner. So I guess Brother Polite must have been in the face. They was arguing about something or whatever, da 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 da. Him having the nerve looking at this actually was really crazy. But he was sitting there arguing with the dude about, yeah, y'all, doc, whoever the guy is that they follow, he was with kids and blah blah blah. This and that. He arguing back and forth with the dude. So the dude was like, "Yeah, you supposed to them. You get the girls when they're young. When they come into their ministry, they're a woman. Then what?
Mm-mm-mm.
What?"
I'm sad, man. These people watch
And
too
when
much
and he was
TV.
arguing, they standing on a corner. This. Let me clarify exactly the part that made me the sickest. Right, the
Okay.
fact that they're standing on a street corner of New York. If you guys know New York, it's big. It's a lot
Yeah.
of traffic. It's
Big
really
sidewalks,
like
big
Chicago
traffic.
is. Right. So it's lots of people passing by. Shit, everybody might not hear what they saying, but they screaming on a little loudspeaker. A lot of people gonna hear you, right? They're
Hmm.
standing there yelling and screaming. He's saying this, professing that this is okay. It's nothing wrong. This is what God thinks is okay. I mean, I couldn't even believe the audacity of some of the shit they was saying. So
Mm.
they sitting there saying
Hmm.
that. So in my mind, not so much did it look crazy and sound crazy. My thought was, well, damn, if they standing on a street corner of New York, professing this on a loudspeaker, screaming to the top of their lungs, arguing with this man's facts. He said other stuff too. That was just the one thing that stood out to me, that he said that. I said, if they're thinking that and they could say that like that, the thought process in their mind is they're really effing crazy. I mean, people that think
Hmm.
like this are crazy. He thought that that was okay. He thought he
Mm.
really believes the way this man was saying it. He really feels this way. It's not when
Right.
people think like, oh, that's a pervert, that's a freak. No, it's not only about being a pervert or freak. Some of these people really mentally believe this is right. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm saying it right.
You
I think
saying it?
they comprehended my damn self. But yeah, it's
The
crazy. It's like, what? Are
the
you
fucked up.
serious?
They kind of seed this into your mind, like these people who deal with this, say this entertainment system. Like they look up to that shit, man. They brought you a whole damn character called Freddy Cougar. Now they talk about the Cougars. You know what I'm saying? Like this is an older woman that say seek out younger men or vice versa. The man to do the same thing to the children. And this is pushed. This is upheld on this, say, this hellhole right here. They push this as entertainment. And it's like if you don't have yours with you and you let yours go out there into the world where the Cougars is hunting. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
To
done
talk,
sent your baby out there to the Cougars.
to talk for
Yeah.
lies, you get your. I hope you have your machete. And I'm sorry if I brought up that about that moms or whatever children being raped by uncles or baby daddies or whatever or
But that's the truth. They are though. It's happening, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
happening more prevalently in the family
yeah.
structure.
And
Mm,
ain't that something that they beating up polite, like where it's just a Stoneham show, but nobody really want to get to the core of this shit. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
That
why y'all talking shit about polite? Get on that motherfucker that's in your family.
Yes.
yeah,
Y'all ain't talking about none of them motherfuckers. If this shit is prevalent throughout the neighborhoods and everywhere on earth, get at your people who you know is on bullshit. Like you
That's
don't even
right.
know polite.
Yep. And I think it's like
that part.
the mindset of people nowadays. It's like, I mean, y'all have noticed the weird energy, especially this whole month. Damn it.
Okay.
Yes.
It's like a weird, freaky. Oh man, every night I can't sleep, or it's a weird vibe. I don't know where it's coming from,
Mm.
And I blame people's mindset because we project our reality. So it's the fucked up things that's going on in our mind.
Yep.
Mhm.
We project it. Damn it. So we got
Hey,
to stop thinking like this. Like,
It's
right.
convolution. But see, the thing is, this is the part of the manipulation. Remember, it says because there's that middle ground of the manipulation that is happening to us with the different things and the forces that we are battling, every day in the spiritual
Hmm.
warfare. So when a lot of these things, even if we're aware of them, if certain things are still coming into our physical, these things are affecting our physical and our mental and our thinking. So it's kind of hard to like totally get away when it's like it's a part of us too. You have
Mm.
to really, you know what I'm saying? We got to really come out of this stuff and
Hmm.
to, you know,
It
but
ain't no getting away either.
yeah, and I think it also is it's like how I keep saying, deal with the fear, feel it and heal it. So it's because
Mm.
we're still we're still scared, man. We're still like,
but see, that's because of that, sis, because of that physical. Remember, they keep it, since they keep it, if they keeping us in these low states, the low frequency, the low vibration, getting to kids, making sure they're molested at certain age, so mentally they're growing up messed up, this and that. This is literally changing people from being the pure being that they are to live happy
Hmm.
to. You know what I'm saying? It's making these
Yeah.
are the alterations and everything that's going on. So this is why our kids are going through this, and we can't really help them to change because all the other things that are in the structural compound and making the changes in their body and their mind and because these people have the control over the physical and the things that they're able to tap into and that they can get, they're sitting up
Man.
now and they're making it where we are they can put that on us. Let me say it like this: since they can use the technologies and things to literally write information on our brains, which means they're implanting thoughts into our mind. So now they can use that to create the thoughts that make us feel the low vibration. You know what I'm saying? Keep us
Mm.
in thinking about the
Seeded
yes, seated
the
in that.
ideas.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
it's crazy because it's like you kind of took that off my mind. That's the program, and they degrade you. They put you down. They give you carnal or say carnival activity. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
That is the
They get
actual transformation that I be saying because as long as they can write on us and put the signature of the falsities, the nanoparticles, the this, and that, because these things are the artificial molecules, basically. You might as well say that. So our
Mhm.
chemical makeup and our body structure with the natural molecules and things that they have that are binding us into the being that we are, they're able to tap into that by the different things, the chemicals, the nanoparticles that are the artificial molecules. So now they're starting to
Mm.
formulate and they're making or creating the building blocks within our body in our cellular structure. So that causes an internal change. So when you
Mm.
have that internal change, that's going to cause the confliction in the mind because now that's not working properly or functioning correctly. So now all of the amino acids, all of the neutrons, all the neutrinos, all the photonic energy that we're supposed to be creating
Mm.
naturally within our body, we can't create because there are all these constructed elements that have been inside implanted to actually change us, to transform us, to mutate our cells, mutating our crystallization of our body structure, the crystallization that's in our mind, that's in our lungs, and then now it can't properly oscillate now the plasma that actually heats up and gives our body that generated energy to create our torus field that gives us that energy, that protection field. It can't do that because it can't properly function because all of the things are there to cause the interruptions.
mhm.
Mm.
And
Hey, and look at that practical. Say that particle, um, the particles. The particle say that's practice. Uh, like say every individual is a particle. You know how we could come together and be one big mass.
That's
So,
a partized cell. The particle is a
mm-hmm.
partized cell. It's a party cell.
Party cells.
It's a way that they can use to mix up and conglomerate and this and that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like the transmutation, this and that. And it's a partized, so it's taking a par, which is a pair, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
tying it to the
So the,
cells. It's something with them that's the transmutation, tying it, taking apart to try to tie it because it's now transmuting from the one natural organism that we are to two, right?
so they're
Talk about it.
so they're literally bringing fun to mental.
Yeah, they fucking with
Yep.
you. They doing shit that you know, like say some people won't resonate. Say like basketball. You know, some people don't got the coordination or their body just ain't ready. You know what I mean? Or it's just something that they ain't into really. You know, so they end up practicing. Practical like this whole thing with that this where like I never felt like I needed to practice. So you wouldn't have caught me, you know what I'm saying, after school with the gym teacher. You know what I'm saying? You know where they end up in these type of situations, the children, you know, and these the people who be like, oh, you need a little help with trying to get yourself together so you can know how to play this game. So we gonna help you. It's the kind people.
This game, so we gonna help you. So my mind just said we gonna have a national coming out party. Every kid, any household that got any type of child going on, we gonna have a date where y'all all come
Mm-hmm.
out to y'all family, expose all these bums. Everybody about to be in the damn jail. That's what we gonna
Mm-hmm.
do.
Yeah, cause
Party of
it's
They have national coming out day for all this gay shit and this. I'm
they
sorry, let me take that
boy.
back. For all this different stuff that people is a part of, and they think it's fine to do this, and that, and this is okay because people got a right to this. I think kids have a right to expose people, and they should be free to do it, and it should be
They
in an open
should
setting where they know that everybody doing this. The day that we gonna do it.
Yeah.
Everybody coming out. I ain't the only one telling this shit. That what's good.
Little
I'm telling
boy
my shit
dropping
too.
jewels.
What's up?
The baby's dropping jewels on these
Dropping
fuck
jewels,
niggas,
man.
man. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Time. We
Out
got to
here,
start doing something.
you know, that's part tickle. You know, it tickle in your feet. Remember the Pillsbury? Like, man, don't touch me. Like this the whole concept to keep your fucking hands to yourself. And the idea, keep that shit to yourself. Cause it fucked a lot of people up. You know what I mean? The programming, like they run this the whole system is dealing with this very thing we talking about. It go over a lot of people's head. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they little children. You know what I'm saying?
brainwashing. I say brain wasting because they're trying to.
Hmm?
Mm, trying.
Brain staining, huh?
Mm,
Right.
oh Lord.
Got to get that mind right. And they got to know that they free. I don't got to hold this in. I don't got to deal with this as a child sitting up going through certain things, trying to, you know, deal with. Oh, how am I going to deal with this? Because I can't holding on to them type of secrets. Imagine the weight of that shit on a baby or a kid. The
It's
just
embarrassing.
the heaviness on their heart, the heaviness in their mind, all of that growing up with that extra weight that they ain't meant to be. Lil
Little.
It's
Nas X, no, that's the name. Lil
You know,
Nas X.
but why are we paying them? Like it's all distraction. I don't even want watch the news, the TV, or even the the
Yep.
latest music video.
Mhm.
But
I
the
only
kids,
now.
but the kids do, sis. I knew about it because my baby came and told me. She said, "Mommy, look at this crazy shit." I was like, "What?"
Mm.
I was like, "What you talking about?" She was like, "Look at." She said, "Look at this evil demon." So she comes and shows me on her phone these pictures of the dude. And in the picture, look, I remember when Beyonce did the picture when she was pregnant with the baby blue. Everybody was like, "Oh, Beyonce!" They was acting like she was an angel from heaven. I was tripping on that too.
Mm.
But when the picture looks just like the Beyonce, it reminded me. As soon as I looked, I was like, "Dang, that looked like when Beyonce did her picture." The
I don't.
dude literally is about 8 months pregnant on his picture. Got the
Man,
white
come
and
on,
everything on.
Hey,
man.
hey,
Figure,
what's
you
up?
ain't
What's up, y'all?
man. I can't even believe it. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, "What?"
I don't even know who Little Nas is.
The one that sang the cowboy rodeo song. I don't know if y'all heard it over
The
there.
Oh,
one, yeah, the dude that was just
The-
stripping on the devil a couple
yep,
months ago.
yep, that same dude.
So you said the dude
What's up? What's
pregnant.
up, Mind's What's up,
What's
Sister
Craig,
up with
Soul?
you? What's up with you,
peace and
Dark?
love, brother.
What's up, Sister Alma? I didn't want to
Greatness to
cut
you,
nobody
bro.
off, but go ahead, bro. I got something to add on that shit though. Go
Add
ahead.
on, man.
Definitely. Go ahead. Yeah, that shit crazy. That's some nasty, freaking
Damn.
disgusting. Imagine kids that have never even known or thought about a pregnancy. They just know baby's here, and they seeing this man with a big pregnant ass belly. So
I'm
now they
hurt.
thinking it's normal. Man,
everyone they
man, that somebody they need to be sued for that shit. But go ahead, bro. What you got
Mm,
to say on that shit, dog?
All right. Um, I'm finna set a little example, right?
mm,
All right. I know y'all were just talking about Little Nas X, right? It's funny how all that stuff, all those two videos he did, right, are so disgusting, right? I literally want to puke when I seen the clips of it. I ain't never watched the whole thing, but
right.
um,
Don't let them do you. Don't let them do you.
but the point is this: I think it's okay to watch TV because it's telling you what they pushing. See, because you know what to look for. You know what you watching. See, if you don't know what you watching, then you're susceptible to the shit. I've been saying that shit since I've been on YouTube, and I said that to say this. Little Nas X, he got like about 3 or 4 commercials that just came out. Now, isn't that pretty ironic that he is being pushed, like he being pushed, and he's being pushed on everybody to accept
Yeah.
who the fuck he is. You
It's
know,
the agenda, the whole agenda of everything that's been going on. And yes, here he is, ushered in. The kids accepted him. They liked him. He not only was pushed for that. Let's back it up real quick since you said when he's being pushed. Remember, he had the sneakers with the blood in them. Do y'all remember a couple of months ago I was telling y'all about that crazy
Mm-hmm.
shit? He had the
Mm-hmm.
sneakers with the blood in it. That started the footprints of life. And then now hit his nut go acting like he pregnant. He had the
Mm,
titties. He had the titties about what 2 months ago, month and a half ago.
mm, mm, mm.
and
It's
now
been a
he's not,
pattern. It's a whole
not,
pattern.
and now he's on national TV representing products and selling shit,
Mm.
but
doing
we
commercials. You
so
know what I'm saying?
us women, Sister Show,
He a clone robot. Yes, sis. He a
we're,
robot. Newt. He one of those clone robots. I'm sorry, sis. Go ahead.
we're becoming we're gonna be extinct. That's what that's their goal. No more women, no children, just the men.
It's
That's what.
sad.
Yep, that's what I think.
That's what they doing. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like there was some shit I learned a while ago. They was talking about where man and woman split out of one body and we become what we are, man and woman. You know, they talking about they going back into the one vessel, woman, man, or whatever. I can't I can't see that shit, man. Like where could we have fell in say consciousness in our vessels split apart?
I'm gonna tell you
You
what
know
it
what I mean?
is. I'm gonna tell you what it is, Minds. I know y'all hate to talk about this. We ain't even got to talk about it. I'm just
Facts,
gonna
sis. Yeah.
I'm just gonna mention it, and then we can move away from it.
Spit that
But
shit.
it ain't nothing but this ain't nothing but in that damn fucking scripture ass book, that crooked ass spell Hellenistic ass shit
Hmm.
in that motherfucking book. I
The
mean,
plot and the
is
plan.
written. Is playing
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
right
played
in
out.
front of our fucking eyes.
But you know what's
And
crazy? What happens is people start looking at it and then they'll say, see, the Christians, they say, see, it's in the Bible, da da da, blah, blah. But they don't understand. But wait a minute, baby, it's in the Bible because they writ this plan out. They've been writing these plans
Yep.
before. this is
It's
this is
their will.
this
It's
is
like
the,
testament. This
they
like
don't get it.
right,
They're
and just
part
like
of manipulation.
y'all said, you feed. I think my Isaiah said you're feeding it, and that's what's actually the
Mm-hmm.
energy is feeding that the
Yep.
entities is feeding that Christ
Yep.
energy.
Feeding off
It's feeding
everybody.
it's
Yep.
feeding
Here.
is doing
Yes,
everything. We
because we're
we
scared. We are scared, and that's
Hey.
the energy that they're feeding off. Fear.
Hmm. Or look, just the lower vibration where you see this stuff and it'll make you mad. You know what I mean? Like if you gonna choose to pay it any attention, you helping them push it. Like if you see that shit and you take that shit and tell your friend that
Mhm.
little Nas, it like they got you promoting for.
Yep.
Like this what I be saying about Black Snake and White Snake or the Illuminati. It's the blind ass masses. It's the people that make this happen. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
y'all they have no discernment when they look at that box, like Camellia
The
just
energy,
said.
mind's eye, the energy, right? So
Hmm.
what you was just saying, think about that on the energy and what sis was saying. So now we thinking about them praying and what have you, So now all these people that the ones that are fearful, scared, and afraid, and they getting
Hmm.
the vax or whatever.
Mm,
They doing whatever they want to do because they are afraid. These are the main people that are in the churches and they go to church every Sunday, this, and that, right? These are the same people that, like you said, they praying. They praying. When they go to church, they scared because why? All
hmm.
week they've been scared. Oh, I got through the virus. Oh, I hope next week I can make it through the virus. Yeah,
Oh,
you feel me?
Mm,
listen,
hmm.
instead
So,
of
they
instead
feeding
oh, right. I'm
the
sorry, sis,
covert
sorry.
operations. They feeding the
Right.
covert
The the
operations.
CD. So instead of the thing that
when
that's going on, that they scared, right? So now they in there, they praying, oh, give me to watch my family do all these different things. So now they in this facility where they on a certain ley line, and the energy's already at a certain ley line from the frequency where the place built at. They got all these people in here, they all doing this, they all on low vibrational frequency because they scared,
Mm,
they're afraid, they this and that. Look at all of the energy that they surplus from these places, and it's how many of them that be around all the time. Every time you turn around,
and
it's
mind
so
you,
many of them.
if and mind you, there are many Christians, many Muslims, so they're all praying.
Yep,
mini me.
They're praying, and when you pray, it's a whole other energy that you conjure up. So
Mm,
that's the energy they want,
yep,
because
and they
people,
getting it.
Yeah,
yes, because people,
that's an individual ritual. See
yeah,
how I
because
use that?
talk
when
about a STD.
Right.
Scared to
Wait.
death.
Y'all just cut. I'm off.
I'm
Hold on.
sorry, I had to say that.
No. Hold on. Go ahead. What you
Go
were
ahead,
saying?
Alma.
when people pray, it's with an intention because they're seeking help. So their heart is in it, all their energy is in it, but they're praying. So it's the wrong energy, and that's
Hmm.
what they need. And
Yep.
when you said through the wait a minute, yeah, the virus, like praying, like, oh, I survived I went through the fire.
Yes.
I thought of the song "Through the Fire," but now I'm gonna sing "Through the Virus."
Mm.
That shit
This,
crazy.
y'all remember Eyes Wide Shut?
Yeah, I did. Oh, I like that movie. That was a
This
crazy movie.
this is what the people do when they pray. Like you might have them closed, but they still open. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That whole thing with pray is pry. You know, like say a kid or a child, children when they see things they don't want to see, y'all know what we did. We cover our hand, we put our hands over our eyes, and like if it was tough enough, the grown up would have to peel your hands back. You know what I mean? And that's a form of prying.
But
Like
it's the,
like
the prey is the prey. So a person
hmm.
that's praying, they making themselves vulnerable to being
Yes.
to being surplus, and it's telling them exactly
Yes.
what they're doing. If you're the prey,
Because while
then
your eyes
you're going to be
closed,
preyed upon. You'll be snatched up. You can be eaten. And that's
yeah.
exactly what's going on when they go and they're doing that, because now you're allowing yourself to be open and surplus and to be the prey.
Hmm. Who? Just
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
how many can be right
That
in front of you once you close your eyes and get to praying, and however long your prayer will be, you giving them time to line up in front of your ass. You
yeah.
sleep on your feet.
And check this out, Manzai. Not to cut you off, but check this
You
out.
good, bro?
A lot of my family members they say, "I'm gonna pray for you." I said, "Please stop threatening me. Don't do that."
Right. Please
Mm-hmm.
don't.
Because it's like somebody breaking in the safe with a crowbar. You know what I mean? Like pray for your damn self. Like don't damn me.
When somebody be being nasty or ignorant or
Oh,
rude or
pray for
whatever, I'll tell them about themselves really nicely, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna pray for you" or something like that. And I'm like, no, use that for yourself.
Mm,
I don't need it. I mean,
that's
they
the
be
whole
looking like,
thing.
"Oh, a heathen." Oh Lord.
The concept of prey, like
Mm.
that's just what that animal. Like think about what Greedy said the other day. The animals where you deal with prey. That's a rabbit running for his life, and it's built to run. It's built to get away. But sometimes they get caught, and that's like that very action where you see the rabbit getting chased by whatever. This is what prayer is. So don't
because
put yourself in the rabbit shoes.
because when you
Facts.
because when you pray, you become the prey.
Hmm. That's it.
You get
And,
preyed on.
and it'll be hard to wake you up.
Hmm.
And do y'all know this? Some people want the world to come to an end. They
Oh
want.
yeah,
They
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 ready.
think they think this mug is finna get just blowed up like hot lava
Mm.
finna come and just destroy everything so they can have a fresh start. That's what a lot of these mugs be
Talk about the blind, like
Hmm.
sleepwalkers.
Because
You
they
ain't
believe.
trying to wake them up.
I was talking to somebody and they said, "Oh, I hope all that shit happened." I was like, "Damn, that's evil as fuck." See, that's what that book is teaching motherfuckers.
Hmm. Talk about it.
They don't even know that
They
they
praying for
wishing
destruction.
evil.
Yep,
Hmm
Yep.
crazy.
Misery, and they want some company.
Because they think the end of the world it happened before, and no, it was just a reset. So it's gonna reset again. It's like the great flood or the whatever,
Hmm.
great reset, just like now. So and even if the world, man, there was never a time when the earth or Mama Nature was not so the same as us spirits. So
Sis, yeah. Sis said a lot of them believe that they're gonna be raptured, and she's right. They're gonna be wrapped right up and recycled and rejuvenated.
Raptured ain't nothing but rape and capture put together.
yep,
Mm.
and stored up.
That's what the
Okay.
rapture is.
Mhm.
It's a
Okay.
Serapis.
It's a
It's
wrap.
a for sure rape and capture.
And wrapped up.
It's a wrap.
Hmm.
Hmm. So
That's
they.
that how
Oh, go ahead.
you got it, sister. Say
Oh,
that.
and even if in even like I think they really believe that there's a hell and a heaven. So like, man, this even if you end up in the so-called heaven, there's gonna
Mm.
be wars. There's gonna be the devil. Like,
I look,
man,
I do not put nothing past say the accounts I've heard. I know this place ain't playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Like this, say the parts of it where you can't really answer the question, but we all going somewhere. It is a negative and a positive energy. You know what I mean? This
Why don't
place
people
is
know?
biblical.
Yeah, but why don't they know, like, or feel like, you know what, I'm tired of being a part of this whole gang situation here. And all
Mm,
of these different gangs that these people are part of with the organizations they be a part of, they feel like they have to have this to get somewhere or to be something or to be a part of something makes them bigger or makes them better or, all these
mm,
different things, not knowing that those things are keeping them farther away from the truth of getting to what's more important.
yeah.
They get so caught up in that.
Mm.
it's like, I'm in this organization, I'm paying my dues every month, I'm following the wheel, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm following the handbook's rules, I'm
Mm,
reading the handbook, we're studying together, it's being explained to me, I'm following what the directions of this person told me that it is, blah 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 blah. So we do all these different things, and people are following behind these rituals by going every week, every 2 weeks. They doing this, they doing that, all these different things that they're doing to themselves, and not being able to think, well, dang, maybe I could do this myself. you know I'm pretty sure if God is so good of a person that they're saying that it is, if I were taking care of myself, my family, maybe a couple of neighbors, looking out for them here and there, being a good person, and this and that, and God said, well, I see that they know how to do this themselves, then maybe I might be looked at as a better person in this life.
Yeah.
Maybe I might be looked up as, you know what I'm saying?
yep.
Somebody in that sort, you know what I mean? Instead of following behind this person and the leader of the group.
Mm.
You feel
You
me?
know, you just reminded me of the Titanic movie. Remember, it was a few that kept chasing the young cat around the boat the whole time, like they was better than him.
Hmm.
Where he looked up, like, yeah, like this boat going down the whole time from the start of the movie. You know, like say the people was going down in consciousness because whoever let that motherfucking boat hit that iceberg, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we some dummies or we doomed.
Right.
You
What
know,
are you doing?
so like they chased that dude around that boat the whole movie, and just to, for all of them to freeze and die at the end. Where you could have said, "Hey man, stop chasing him around." Like people could have paid attention, they would have knew about the boat being tore up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
And that's them people that like you just described, like they they want to keep rolling with this what's going on because they scared if they drop the ball they just gonna perish. Like the others who they know is in danger.
And I think, sis, some people, I think people need to be more aware of the energy they bring with them,
Mm,
right.
because when you mentioned like being in a group, that's why I don't like being in a group. I stick to myself, me, myself, and I. So
Yeah.
because when you're in a group, or even like teenagers with friends, um,
Peer pressure.
not even not, yeah, but
Yeah,
like
I'm saying peer pressure is that, when they in groups of friends, that creates the peer pressure.
hmm
but
A
even
lot of people.
yeah, because if you're around certain people every day, all the time, you exchange energy, and then you come
Hmm.
home with that other person's energy, like it influence you, it like it's all over you, and then
Hmm.
to an
That's a
argument.
fact.
Yeah, you get into arguments with family members,
Yep.
um, because
Yeah.
people don't.
Yeah.
I think people need to be aware of their own energy and how to harness it. Yeah.
But you know what, sis, too? I'm glad you said that, but that's a matter of the mindset. Now, think of this. You're right when you say that, right? But that would more so be the people or the person that feels like, how can I say it? They feel like they're a person that allows a person to come into their world like that, because like me, I'm thinking about what you said, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, they can, but like me, I used to be around a lot of my friends that were negative. I always seem to have everybody that's got problems and issues. Lord, why you always give me these people? Okay, but anyway,
Yeah, I know. I,
seriously, these people always are drawn to me because people always know I was not. I mean, I always been the same since I was a little kid. I always been nice, kind, you know, I would like share with my friends. I was the one when I was, like my mom be gone or whatever to work, and my friend, I'm sneaking washing detergent out to her so she can wash her clothes because her mom ain't got none. I'm sneaking food out the freezer, giving because they ain't got no food at the. I mean, I literally was the kid that was doing this all the time with all my
I
friends.
did that too.
Bro, so it be like all your friends always be having, they be going through so much, and you be loving your
Mm-hmm.
friend, and you want to help them, and you,
yeah.
you give it. You don't
Mm.
care. You don't think about
Talk
it.
about it.
So I used to be that person that did that. But at the same time, it never took me down. I was the friend that always brought my friends up. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm,
I was the one that, like, when I came around, they was like smiling because they know, oh, shit is good. Sis here, my girl here, or they
Yeah.
always they
Mhm.
always was happy when I come around. Like literally, a person be
hmm
like, oh, you light the room up, or or what have you. Seriously,
Yeah,
certain people are affected by other people's personalities or they mood. People
you
know
the
when
one know how
someone
to
if they
turn on the
feeling
lights.
right. Somebody could
Mm,
be feeling down. I'm gonna automatically know this person is feeling some type of way. That's gonna be the first person I gravitate to. Oh,
Yeah.
what's up, this dang girl? You looking good? Oh shit, your whole sharp. And it's always something natural, and it's always gonna be the truth. It's something I'm gonna
Mhm.
notice about them to make sure I give them a positive outlook on whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the person that always do that with my friends and this and
right,
that. So your energy can also be an uplifter to others. So it's
Yeah.
very important and pertinent to try and stay positive, try to stay uplifted, to try and, make sure that the people around us are in that same spirit that we are. And we're bringing them to a space. And I want to be funny, Noble, what's going on? I know you just popped up here. You want to say something about anything we were saying?
what's up, no?
Peace and love. I just came up here to support sis. I like what you and Sister Amazon is doing with the giveaways and stuff like that. I just wanted to come and give props to support y'all. You know what I'm saying? Support y'all what y'all doing,
Oh, appreciate
regardless
that.
of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whatever, just keep moving the culture forward. You know what I'm saying? We gonna fall out, but let's just continue to move the culture forward. And what we need to actually really be doing is like bringing awareness to what's going on with our young women and our young men, and also bring awareness to social media. You know, bring awareness so we can so that we can actually you know safeguard our children because
Talk about it.
it don't take nothing but a half a second. You turn your head, you look back, your child gone. You know,
Talk
and
about it. Look,
we have to build protocols, some type of protocols where we could teach our children because this ain't the 80s and 90s in the early 2000s no more. We living in a digital age. We got these apps with locations is on and all that. Man, we gotta bring some type of code where we own code as a people, especially our children on this social media. And I
Yes.
use the floor.
Mhm.
But
that's
yeah, it's
right.
about awareness too. It's about awareness. It's it's
What
it's
what
time to bring awareness to that.
one of the main issues I see with the problem is just the yeah, we could be on code, but the problem is the numbers are kind of large. I'm not complaining. See, I don't really complain. A lot of people say when we do our bills and stuff, they say we be doing a lot of complaining. I don't see it that way. I don't see us. I don't think we be complaining. If you listen to other, you know, um, some other YouTubers or anything like that, they say, "Well, I ain't with all that complaining and all." No, we ain't complaining. We just pointing out some of the obvious things that are actual issues that we're trying to figure out how to address them. And I think one of the things we need to do is start not really giving our energy into the people who are deceivers within our community. We just got to know who they are and just know who the fuck they is. You know what I'm saying? Because I got issues with people, man, but I ain't finna start no shit, right? But
Right.
I know I'm not finna deal with this person because I know he's a deceiver right in the gate. You know what I'm saying? And
But
I just wanted to point that out because see that whole pedophilia thing that's coming out. That's a distraction to really discredit the community and the spread on everybody
Yep.
who call themselves conscious.
They
right?
trying to see
They
how much you know. Facts.
they putting it all on us. People that's up here talking about flat earth, fuck the Bible, anything that got something to do with being about yourself and learning about who you is and bunching us all with them. And I'm like, hold up, he ain't one of us. Never been. I never looked at him as one of us. And then I think we need to start separating ourselves from some of these people, man. Cause I don't want to
Hey,
deal with them.
Hey, Dark, check this out though. And I done heard you. I really listen to what you be saying a lot. Even when you class, I listen to you. And I hear what you be saying, brother. And a lot of times what we seem to not understand is that this is a journey of the self. It's a journey of the soul. So we can't automatically expect anybody to see things our way. I made that mistake many a time. This ain't the first time I made that mistake. I made that mistake many a time. You know what I'm saying? But what I found is that everybody holds true to what their truth is. And we have to respect that. We really have to respect where a person is at, spiritually, consciously, and all that. The only thing we could do is get them the information and just keep it moving. Sooner or later, they gonna come and ask questions. And it's not so much that it's a debate, it's an actual build. And y'all actually trying to figure out what's going on and how to put all these pieces together. And that way we can have some type of knowing, you know, even though it comes from different disciplines or different schools of thought, they still interconnect some type of way because everything been fragmented.
Mm.
And I use it for.
And I think that at least for me, I don't pay any attention to the distraction. I won't even mention them on my channel. I just do me, and whatever pops up in my head, I'll go live, say it, fuck it. Um,
Right.
so, um, yeah, because I don't wanna, like, I don't compare myself to anybody because I feel everyone is unique. Like, so it's a waste of time trying to figure out some people and how their mind works. Just, man, work on yourself. Like, try to heal, get rid of the fear. This is the only way we're gonna become a gansama, like we say in Suriname. Like, get in touch with your higher self. If you're in a dream and you're flying, that's a good thing. Then you're in touch with your higher self. It's the eagle spirit that brings you up above and lets you see, in the future.
That's
So,
right.
it's always a good thing to fly. So I'm flying again, and I'm proud of that. That means my higher spirit is reaching out to me. So I'm grabbing it, and I'm a fly. Keep flying.
That's right, sis.
That's why they gave you the lion with the wings. Remember the flying lion? Flying.
Yeah.
I really feel what you saying, New. But I just have to say this. I got to say this.
Go on, say it.
They listen. I understand everybody ain't gonna think alike, but some things are not gonna be acceptable. It's just not. We can't go there. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real inner self shit. If you praying and shit and you thinking outside of yourself and you ain't thinking within and you ain't really peeping what the fuck going on and you have a ideology that compromises the whole movement per se, I can't rock with you. I ain't gonna speak for everybody else, but I'm speaking for myself. I can't fuck with you.
That's right.
Period.
And
Oh,
look,
so
on a
I'm just
mission where
trying.
everybody will think alike, it's the common sense where, like, where you question yourself, you will all end up in the same spot. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
You
And
gotta
and and Go ahead, brother. I apologize. Go ahead.
No, you got it. I was finished. You got it, no.
Um, I've always prided myself in, doing enough study to at least bring some type of truth to the people. Even if they had to find some truth within themselves of anything, even if it's something old or something new or anything. I'm just here to bring what I have, and I think a lot of times um, things got lost in translation as to the actual message that's actually should be being put out right now, as far as us as a people. Now we can look at the conscious community and say it's dead because there's so much crazy stuff going on right now that don't nobody want to put themselves to being inside of anything as far as consciousness right now. Brother Polite and Young Pharaoh and all types of things. But I think that if we look at it from that perspective, then we already lost because the journey is the journey of the self. It's not the journey of Young Pharaoh. It's not the journey of Brother Polite. It's not the journey of Silent. It's not the journey of nobody else. It's your
Talk about
journey.
it.
So
Oh,
although these
I-
things may
I'm with you with that. I'm with you with that. But see, you missed the point I made. See, the point I was making was, if some things are not acceptable, and I didn't mean it when I said that. I wasn't talking about pedophilia, even though it's not acceptable. It's not. But when I said that, I need to clarify what I meant. I meant
okay.
like all right. I'm gonna use the good book for example, right? The good book condones slavery. Don't nobody on this panel condone slavery. So if you gon' um give your stamp of approval on slavery, I can't fuck with you, bro. Just on that fact alone, we ain't even got to talk about the apple and the partner of the sea and all the other fuck shit and that happened to talking snake and all. We ain't even got to go there. We can just skip past all that fuck shit and we can get to some meat because that shit said it condones slavery and it's teaching you how to be the best slave you can be. No, bro. No, my dad don't. No, I'm sorry. I can't fuck with you, bro.
Like,
I'm serious.
can I say something real quick?
Right.
Like
Go
quickly.
ahead, sis.
Um, I think let me see. I agree with Noble Noon. All those people that they're bringing up now, the talk of the town. It's their journey. Why do we need to follow their stories and be caught up in their journey? We have our own journey, our own quest. So I feel like if I paid attention, I'm gonna be caught up in his journey. I'm gonna want to help out. I want to solve it. I want to know who it is, who did it, who didn't. So yeah. So I get what Noble Noon is saying.
I agree with that part because that's just feeding the energy that we were talking about earlier.
Me too.
Yeah. We are yeah. Hey, I'm with you on that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the other energy. See, I'm way past them. I already we Sister Soul and already went. I think her last two bills she did,
Yes.
she already just smashed that whole thought process. So um even when she was
Thank you,
doing it,
brother.
I knew even when she was doing it, I was like, I'm right there. I'm like, I'm agreeing with everything. I'm like, yup, yup. See, that's what you call people that have the same mindset. And I ain't saying everybody's supposed to think the same. We not gonna think the same. But some of these key issues, we need to be eye to eye on. And I'm keeping a buck with you, for real. Some of this shit gotta be 100. Like some of the basic shit. I ain't saying you supposed to believe what I believe, but if you believe you go interpretate and cherry pick off of these books and all this old dumb shit, you ain't doing nothing but lead people back down a damn rabbit hole. You ain't here to help. You here to cause more confusion. You know what I'm saying? That's really where I'm at with it. I ain't trying to be confused,
All right.
and
Okay.
I'm
So,
not confused.
all right. So, when I do with when I do come with um certain type of books or certain type of information, I'm not coming with something that I haven't done already and got results from it. See, I'm not coming just I'm not coming just talking. I'm coming and actually giving an experience, and this is how this is how I had it happen for me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it happens for you this way. Maybe you have to find your own way. And this is the beauty of what we call information and knowledge and knowing and things like that, is because you have to find your own path. You know, I don't have to agree with you, but if you have light and you a good person, why should I hate you? I don't care what you preaching. If you have a good light about yourself and you really helping the people with whatever message, even if people don't listen to you, people don't come to your page, none of that. Long as you're
But
doing that, people will draw to you.
I got a question for you, New. Do you understand
Yeah.
that some people think they're in their heart of hearts and they believe that they're doing good, but they're really not? You know what I'm saying? Like, like
You you will have to expound on that a
a
little bit.
zombie doesn't know it's a fucking zombie.
Mm,
I had to use
right.
that because that's
Yeah.
true. You think a zombie know, oh, I'm finna go
Fact.
eat this person. Zombie don't know
Right.
shit. Do you think
Right.
That's why
this
they be bumping into that damn wall. Boom, boom.
yep. Do
No
you think
direction.
do you think that person that's calling the police because they feel threatened or something, they think they doing something good. You think they really helping the people because they calling the police and this person ain't doing nothing wrong? What they call them Karens. These people that think they helping so much, but they ain't helping. They ain't doing it but causing more confusion and more pain towards the rest of the people because of their ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Like 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 real Christians think they're actually very very good people, which they have good hearts. They're good people,
That
but
and
their thought process is off because they're not looking. See what I do. Let me tell you what I do, New. And
I think everybody thought process is off, and
and
sometimes
and I'm gonna tell you.
I'm just wait a minute, you got it after me. I just want to say this. I think that everybody thought process be off at some point in time of day, and that's when we make our mistakes at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, and this is what this is what my argument is, and this is what my argument always has been. Is that when it comes to this science that we call consciousness, because it's not a label, it's not a community, it's self work. It has nothing to do with nobody but you. And I think this is where we got it all confused is that we thought that consciousness meant a community when it didn't mean a community. It meant the individual self to know thyself. and you share it with certain people, and then when they get it, you
Well,
know, they,
wait, wait,
that's
wait,
how.
wait, Noble. Hold on. I have to cut you off, dear. Consciousness is not to know yourself. Consciousness is a state of being, and it's a place of where you're at. In the places of being and the levels of where you're at and finding yourself would depend on where you're at in that consciousness state. One state would be being caught up in the spirit, as we talk about a lot, with the physical and all the aspects of our physical being uh, able to be tapped into by everything of this world and this frequency, the brain mapping and all that. And then we got our soul, that's a little bit separate and different. So we can't say it the way you said. I just want to clarify that, brother.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that the conscious is your head. It's you. That's you. If you are conscious, that means that you are aware of things. That's to me, that's what conscious is.
Okay.
Now, because
Wait.
I think we got fake conscious out here. Hold on, sister. So let me get this out. I'm gonna give it to you 1 second. This a
Mm,
one line. This a one liner.
okay.
I use all the books against them because they always be telling on themselves. And I think Sister Soul said that before. They always telling on themselves. Go ahead, Sister Soul.
It's
Yes,
me.
I wanted to
Uh,
welcome sister to the panel, guys. Please welcome my sister that came up and joined me. I met her on another platform, and she is awesome, beautiful soul, Sister Divania. Thanks so much for coming up, sis. Appreciate you. What's going on, Rashawn? How you doing, sis?
Peace and blessings to you, Sister Soul, and to
Peace.
everyone on the panel. Forgive me, my glasses, dark chameleon,
Peace.
Yes.
and I
Peace.
cannot see the name. My screen it
Yes,
says add
sweetheart.
to.
It's Ama, Sister Amazon is next to me. Then it's Dark Chameleon, and then on the side of you is Noble New.
Well, peace and blessings to all of you, and
Peace.
thank you for having me here, sister. I'll continue listening.
All right, darling. Thanks for joining us. Go ahead, Dark. What you were saying, bro?
No, please. Can I please say
Oh,
something?
oh, yes. Go ahead, sis. You already know.
I pulled up the the clip.
I
Since
thought I seen it, babe. I'm sorry. I was going to ask you, and they started talking when I went back there. I'm adding it now. 1 second. Go ahead with what you were saying, bro. Okay. Hold on, guys.
okay, remove the
Sorry, sis. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching that. Sister Amazon, thanks so much for putting that together for us, sis. If you guys haven't seen, basically, sister, you want to tell them what we're doing real quick? If you'd like to, go right ahead, babe.
No, you can explain it better.
Okay. Uh, well, basically, me and sis thought about doing a giveaway. I know you guys, a few of you were on the live we did. So me and sis both have three different gifts. What we're doing a raffle for tickets. What you would do if you want, you can go to sister's PayPal for the necklaces that you saw, and you can put in a number. So in the description, make sure you put your YouTube name so we know who the winner is, and we'll be able to, you know how your information may be different on your PayPal, Cash App. So put your YouTube name and the number that you prefer. And for me, you can put it on, send it to my Cash App, put your YouTube name. If it's different from your name that you use, and put your number. It's $2 for one number, or you could pick three numbers for $5. What we're gonna do a live. I'm gonna put all the numbers in a little bag or a bucket, whatever. I'm gonna switch it up, da da da. And whoever number we pick, you'll get prize number one, two, or three from Sister Alma's jewelry selection, or you'll get prize number one, two, or three, and two and three are both the same for me. Sister Alma has crystals, jewelry. She actually has some for the men as well, black onyx. There will be a necklace and a bracelet. For the women, there's a three-piece, a necklace, a bracelet, and earrings, or a necklace and bracelet and ring for the rose crystal set. Some beautiful set, and they're all pure crystal. Everything is we're promoting like healing from the inside out. You know, crystals coincide with your body, with the crystallization and the forming of you. Different crystals can actually do things to enhance you in areas that you're weak in. So you know, just check out which one she has. She has the onyx, the rose quartz, and which other one? The turquoise, the blue turquoise. So for me, I have the gift number one is the African waist beads. I showed you can go back on the video and look to see that how they are. I can add stones to them. They're all glass waist beads. You can sleep in them, bathe in them, everything. That's the first gift. The second gift would be my organic, all natural oil. One would be the pain away oil. The second would be the hair growth serum, and for the gentleman, the blue boy oil, if you need that. And that's some personal stuff. And then I have two of those gift boxes for gift number two and three. So if anybody's interested in that, please feel free. We did for the next day. You know, this is something we just trying, guys. So we're gonna see if anybody wants to do it. Give us a little something to look forward to. You know, for $2, or if you do three tickets for $5, you can win. A nice gift. The sister sets are over $40. My oil with the I'm sorry, the oil with the 5-day tea is what one of the gifts are. So the oil and the 5-day tea, that's valued at over $70. So I mean, you're getting a deal. So it's just to enhance people and to promote our products, and our products are for health and healing. So that's just something me and sister doing. We're gonna see how everything goes. If it goes good and we get enough people to participate, and we see that you guys like it, we'll probably do more of them. We plan on doing more of them. Maybe trying different items. We'll see. But yeah, just wanted to do that. Sis had took her time to put together that beautiful video for what we're doing in our and doing that, and I appreciate that as well, sis. And yeah, that's all I want to say on that, guys. Let's get back to the conversation, and we're all set. Anybody else?
Okay.
I think sis
Yeah,
wanted to
I
say
want.
something. Yes.
Yes, I actually missed the beginning, so you have my number. If you can send me that link to the site, so I can check out
Okay,
the
babe.
product.
I'll
Okay.
definitely do that back. Yep, I'll send you
Mm,
sister's
mm.
link too. Oh, I didn't mention that. I'm glad you said that. And
Yes, yes.
the link, it'll be in the video, guys. If you go in the description, it has like my Cash App information. If you want to look at some other products, you can go to my website as well, AK Randall's Natural Nature. You can go to sister's website to look at other jewels, because you can definitely go in there for other particular stones that you're looking for, or crystals that you might need to coincide with something that you have going on. And since you had her site is Jordan, but I don't know the exact site. Sis, would you tell them your site again real quick?
It's Mo Jordan. How do you say that? Dash. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, Mo Jordan Designs for You.com. And
Okay.
the four is just a number, so it's Mo Jordan. I'll put it in the chat. And this video, the clip that the sister show display, I uploaded it on my channel also. So and everything, so you can slow it down and watch it. Everything is on there. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, and you guys know me and sis build together, so I'd appreciate it if y'all subscribe to her because a lot of times she may go live. I'll jump on her panel and when I go live, if she's up because we're in such a time difference, y'all know she's in the Netherlands, but we try to make sure just like now she up late so because she wants to get on here with her sis, which I appreciate and love her for. So we try to do that. So make sure if y'all y'all checking for sis too. So, because we on there, we always talking about stuff and building on there as well. So make sure y'all check out Sister Amazon's channel and subscribe to her. So y'all keep in touch with us ladies so we can keep building and supporting each other because that's what we're trying to do.
I
Just
appreciate
tis
that.
the season.
You know
Tis
what?
the
That's
season.
what's
Nice.
up.
I was going to ask where her accent was from. I was going to ask, but you said Netherlands. So
Yeah.
wow.
Right. So it sounds so cute, right? That little accent. Yours cute too, sis. Both the ladies. I got the ladies with the accents over here.
I know. Oh, and but the draw when how do you say that? Sister Show the, when we gonna draw the tickets, the winning prize.
You think we should
We're
do it
gonna,
Saturday or Sunday?
yeah.
What do you think, babe? Either day is good. What you
Mm,
want to do? Sunday, get Sunday, give it an extra day, or Saturday because we had a couple of people waiting. Or what you think?
I think Sunday would be better, and then we can and we're doing do it on your channel because you have more subscribers. So we'll do it on your channel.
Okay, okay. So you want to do it?
Sister
You said
Soul.
Sunday, sis. Okay,
Sunday. Yeah.
I'll schedule it just so people know when it is, and this is the last day or and time they can have it in or whatever. So that's
Yeah.
gonna be nice and fun. Yeah, send out something, and just so people know, if it's only a couple of people, that have done it, we're still gonna do the gift. We just want to do all three.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna I'll do a drawing for one gift, and sis is gonna do a drawing for one gift, and that's what we'll do as far as that to make sure that, if the people that did participate, somebody gets a chance as well.
Yes.
So, oh
I
yeah. So,
was going to suggest.
yes, go ahead, sis. I was going to ask you, did you have anything you want to say real quick or ask or?
No, actually, I was going to suggest if you can possibly drop both your website, your link,
Oh,
and Amazon's link in the chat. You
okay.
understand? It would be easier when it's there for the people. It's easier access.
Okay, I'll do that.
Um,
I
Yeah,
thought sis
that's
said she
it.
was about to do it. Sis, you can't do it because I can do it. I can get yours
yeah.
and
Uh,
I
uh,
Okay.
see. I'll put.
I was gonna say I still plan on buying that black onyx. Don't think I forgot. I just gotta
right, that thing beautiful.
I
Mm,
gotta get that I like to use when I buy stuff online. I like buy like a reloadable credit card
okay.
instead of using my personal cards. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't. I'm kind of old school, so I'm very cautious. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
No problem.
That's why actually how much it costs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just had to, I felt like I had to say that.
No problem. But let me see. You can do it on PayPal. You can pay with PayPal. PayPal.
Don't you gotta have a don't you gotta pay with like a card or something?
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
see, I like using reloadable. Like I go to the grocery store buy reloadable Visa or something. You know what I'm saying? Put some money on it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of using my
Okay,
personal card because I pay my bills my actual factual bills with my credit card. I'm not gonna you know
I know,
put
but
that out there. You know what I'm saying?
you have to. If you want, you can email me because I'm gonna make you a longer one. But because this one is like really short. I don't know if you like short necklaces or So I want to make a longer one, like just for men. Like,
Right.
hmm
Mm.
I was actually kind of thinking. I don't know if I want it long. I don't know if I really want it short.
I'm trying to. I'm
So,
actually. That's actually kind of debatable for me.
Okay.
um, uh, hello. All right. So you guys, so that's like I'm sorry, sister Soul.
What,
We're
sis? What you
talking about
talking about? You good?
stones, and I didn't want to interrupt that order. I hope that they get that order in. That would be awesome. But um, we're talking about stones and resonance. Well, since you guys are talking about stones and crystals and all that,
Yeah.
it brings to mind, resonance, right?
Yes, yes.
And they say that the crystals, there's resonance in the stones and all that. Now, I don't know how many of you here into the Bible. Maybe none of you. Can I get
Well,
a
they don't
guess?
let me just so you know my platform, boo. Let me put you on real quick. So, there, let's not say into the Bible. We understand the Bible from certain perspectives. Some of us, not us. Some of the people that are on my platform, they are against it totally because they believe the indoctrination of the Holy Bible. As we know, is a big damper on our people. So when it comes to that, there's certain things, me and you have spoken, so you know how I feel about it. So some of them understand where I come from when it comes to me understand or understanding and putting the things together, and then I can put it with the medical stuff and with the body, so they understand from that perspective. So stuff that you would talk about on that era with the Bible, you're good, sis. Just so you're comfortable to know, if that's what you want to.
Yeah, yeah, I don't want because some platforms, if you go on it, they don't want to hear anything. And I am not here to preach any, I don't believe in the New Testament, first of all. So I don't believe in religion or anything. I read the Bible from the Hebrew point of view. I told you that, but I'm
Yeah.
letting your panel and those your guests in the chat know that I read the Hebrew. And when I tell you it's a different world when you're reading it, so that's why I brought up the whole stones. So when you're reading it, the whole concept of stone and stone having memory, stone having resonance, it is there. The Hebrew word for stone is aben. It's the Aleph, which is the father, the chief, and Ben, the word Ben is son. So Aben is father and son. That's the Hebrew word for stone. And the stone is
Mm.
actually mentioned. The priest carried the stone that carried off resonance when the Most High, as we kept falling apart from him, we started using stones in the scripture and getting resonance from them when we were talking to the Most High. So this is
Sis,
what I'm saying. When
sis,
I bring up the
sis,
scripture, I'm
real
gonna
quick,
bring it up
sis.
to you according to what the topic is. Go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
babe. I'm so no, no, no. I'm sorry, and I hated to cut you off because listen. But when you said that, hold on, I gotta say this. Do you know how when we was talking the other night, right? On with Blue on there, and we were talking about certain things, and I was like, wait a minute. I said I want you to kind of give me a little more information on the Hebrew because this is it. I tell. Oh, this is the. How can I say this? I always consistently say when they be like, oh, forget the Bible, this and that, and I'm like, it's not totally forget the Bible. Yes, some of the stuff in the Bible has resonance to us because it rings true because some of the information is just contorted in ways where we don't understand it because they scripted it that way. But there is certain things that always resonate with me. And then when you were telling me certain things about the meanings, like you just said about the stones, sis, when you were talking about that, I'm sitting here thinking, wait a minute, I talk about this all the time. Sis. The people
Mhm.
that are on the panel and in the chat, they know I speak about this. I talk about the stones. I talk about the crystals and how they resonate with our body because of the formulation of our molecular structure and us being connected to the earth. Remember how me and you was talking? You was like, "Wow, sis, that's crazy." How some of the stuff you was saying When you just said that, sis, this is why it's important for us to understand and understand how this language has twisted
Yeah.
so much where we're confused. And this is how I try to tell people. This is the spell binding of the Bible and how they've twisted it so that you're seeing things in the physical, looking at, oh, this place, this group of people, this family,
Mhm.
this, and that. When it's
Mhm.
more trying to give you the story of something, the understanding, of something of how to connect to yourself when it's talking about these things. I just had to say all that. Sis, go ahead with what you were saying. I ain't mean to cut your wisdom.
No, no, you're awesome. And one of the big things that a lot of people are not getting from the Tanakh, my 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 channel is the Divanya and Tanakh. One of the big things they're not getting is the whole volume of that from Genesis to Malachi. It is telling, it's talking to the individual, and it is telling the individual, you have to get yourself together. You have to walk on the right path. You have to, if you don't do that, you ain't good to nobody else. Because if you're not walking on the right path and you're walking on the crooked path and doing things crooked ways, guess what? All your employees and everybody who you surround yourself with are going to be crooked too, because they're going to be choosing that same crooked path that you're going on. This is what the whole scripture is all about. But you got to be outside, stepping outside. And it wasn't until I started learning the alphabet, and then I started learning a word at a time and dissecting the word from root to beginning, everything. And it's like when you start reading it, it's like, yo, this is a rap battle, just it's just written in Hebrew. These are just Negroes, the plight of Hebrews, written by our forefathers. You have the grandfather that wrote, and then the next one wrote, and then Abraham wrote, and then Isaac wrote, and then all these songs, all these writings, the oral tradition, it kept on. And what we did when you get to the book of Psalms, David turned all of the songs, even the songs of Moses and Abraham and all, he turned all of their plights into songs. So that way we always remember them. We always sang. That's where the whole oral tradition comes from. It is in our blood. It is in our nature. This is what I'm seeing from the scripture. It is us, but it's our language, but it was deciphered in English and these other language by another people. So these other people can only transcribe it according to the, okay, this means this, okay, we decipher, this means this means this. You can see the Aramaic language, you can see the Arabic language. I'm into language. I read multiple languages, speak a few. So I'm into languages. So when you just start seeing and matching all the languages, it's like, yo, this thing is a rap battle talking about us and just telling us how dirty we are, how we performed, sections of us, we did rape. The same thing, the issue that's going on right now, the hot topic in the community, child molestation and all that stuff, that's written in the scripture. So when people see it written in the Bible, they look at it like, oh, hey, your God allowed. No, no, no. The things were written about what we were doing. It's like writing a diary. That's what I tell people. I said, this book is not a religious book. This book has nothing to do with religion. This book is a book of your ancestors. It's a diary bringing us
Slow
all
down,
the way
sis.
to where we
Slow
are
down,
at
sis.
now.
They gotta sink. They gotta let this sink in because, baby, check this out. I swear, sis, everything that you're saying and talking about, I always keep saying and talking about, and I keep trying to explain it in ways, and I know I'm reading this thing, and I'm like, because my spirit is saying, nope, this part is saying this, this is that. Nope, not that. Don't read this. This is talking about this, but this don't mean this. It mean that. Remember, I was telling you this the other night. I'll be
Yeah.
explaining this. Sis, I swear, I be feeling like It's so confusing to explain it because it's like the ones that are against the Bible that we're all in tune with. We like the people that are like come up here and things like we know that the indoctrination of this Bible, but then it's hard for me to tell them, but no, listen to this. It means this, it means that. But they hear me when I talk about it in the sense of like the medical stuff, the health stuff, when I explain the cells and all that. So they all follow that. So now with you saying that, I'm telling you, sis, that for me to meet you, babe, I love you so much. You already know. We already had this discussion. I love you from the first time I talked to you. So
Yeah.
meeting you, it was a confirmation because remember I told you when whatever I was talking about when you start saying it is this because then there is talking about the world. I said, wait a minute, this is what I said. I keep saying this, and I'm like, my spirit has showed me all this stuff since. And this is how I've always been since I was a kid. I don't be knowing where this information and why I'm seeing certain things, and then something will come and confirm it. All the stuff I stand on, I've been standing on for years, sis. And when I talked to you the other night. You literally was confirming it with that Hebrew Bible and didn't even know you was confirming stuff for me. That's why I was like, wow, 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 wow. Even that with
Yeah.
the rock, I don't know if nobody else understands the significance of what you said about that rock. And I didn't even mention the Bible and I be talking to them about it. We be talking about the crystals and just like what me and sis did today. She talking about she do her necklaces with the crystals. We was talking about this plenty of times. We talk about the resonance. I say how the crystals
Sister
connect to you
Show,
and
Sister
actually
Show.
yo, I can't even hardly.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm just
Breathe,
go ahead,
breathe,
go ahead.
baby, breathe, breathe, breathe.
Yeah.
They know how I get, sis. I know you gotta get used to it, girl. Listen,
No,
I get to
no,
do it.
I
Quit
get
telling
it.
me, stop me.
Oh,
No, I'm sorry. Someone, go ahead.
no, I wanted to ask Sister Defania, um, if I may ask, are you from the islands, the Caribbean?
Yes, I'm from St. Vincent.
Oh,
You
okay.
hear that accent?
All right.
Oh yeah, you see what she asked me? Yeah, it come out. My accent come
Yeah.
out thicker when somebody around me, when they talk. Yeah. Yes, I'm
Mhm.
from St. Vincent.
Okay, I'm from Suriname. I was born in Suriname.
Leon, Serena Leon?
No, 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 not.
No,
um,
what?
like it's let me see. It's between
In the Netherlands, you say, right?
no, but I live there. I live in the Netherlands, but I was born in Suriname near Brazil and Venezuela.
Oh, Suriname. Oh, Suriname.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, I got it. Yeah, yeah, I know. Okay. Yes. Okay.
And you
All
mentioned
right. Yeah, you're in the,
Aben,
yes.
Aben or the stone.
Aben, yes. Well, yeah, I don't deal with pronunciations. I tell people I read Hebrew. I don't speak it. I don't go around. I don't know anybody else who's studying it like me, so I don't speak it, I read it. So
No,
if
no,
you
no.
pronounce it differently, it's
Yeah.
fine. I
Oh,
don't freak out with
yeah.
No, no,
pronunciations.
no.
Because
She trying to ask you about what you were saying about the storm, baby. She trying to ask you something you said. It must be resonant with her. That means something else. That she just her English is a little off sometimes because sis, she said not
Okay,
off,
no,
but
no, no, I understand her fine. Thank you. I'm okay. I'm sorry, sister. Go ahead.
no, 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 it's okay. Because when you said Aben, I heard like because Aben or Abeniba or Abeni, it's like a day name in Suriname. I think
mm.
it's the day name of the woman. It's Abeni or Abeniba for Monday, I think. So I was wondering, or um, because you mentioned it has something to do with the stone. So I wanted you to elaborate more on that if you can, please.
So you said it means what was the first thing you said it meant? Abeni, you said
Yeah,
in
Abeni.
your uh-huh.
It's the name of a woman that's born on I'm guessing Monday. So it's a day name for a woman.
So it also means Monday, you're saying.
Like,
She's saying that it's a name for one of the days of the week, but it's a woman's name, but she's not sure
No, no,
exactly if it
no,
is, but it could be a
no,
Monday,
no.
right?
no, because like, okay, in Suriname and or even in Africa, when a child is born, we believe they have a soul name instead of,
Right.
your mama gives you a name, but it becomes your government name. Um,
Mhm.
but all girls or the women, I think it's Monday. Don't it's one of the day names. It's for the woman. It's Abeni or Abeniba.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so now that's interesting because the word for building, like building a family household, like extended, the man, man and woman, he have the child and blah blah blah. It's called binah. Binah in Hebrew, it's the same ben, right? For child, right? For son, ben is son, right? And you add the H at the end, it's Benah, which is like you're building, right? So because the son, the father have the son, and then the son have, children, and the son have children about. But
So that's
it,
the Father,
but
Son, and Holy
so,
Ghost.
but it deals with also the woman because the faith is the house. So the woman, that this is what's fascinated about the Hebrew language. You guys, it's like so fascinating when you take just a little example. The first letter is Aleph, right? The first letter, that Aleph means the chief, the head, the father, the head, the ruler of, the whatever, the house, the compound, he's the ruler, the chief. The second letter in Hebrew is the Beth, right? Beth means house. So you have the first letter means chief, and the second letter means house. When you put those two letters together in Hebrew, it's Ab, right? Aleph and Beth is Ab, A and
Mm-hmm.
B. Both those letters together means father. So Aleph is chief, Beth is house. Put those two together, it gives you the word father. When you look at the word son, you have the Beth, which is house, the B, and then you have the N, which is noon. It's the noon is when you see it written in H in Paleo Hebrew, it's shaped like a sperm. So the noon is the seed. In Hebrew, it represents the seed, right? It's the seed. So when you take the noon, you have the house and the seed. So now the son, that's how you get the word for son in Hebrew. You have the house and the seed of the house. He's going to continue the seed. So when you look at the Hebrew language, it is so poetic, so beautifully written. And that's how within 6 months, I'm already reading 2 chapters, just starting out just from learning the alphabet. Learning the alphabet in 6 months, I had already read through. I started reading and read through chapter 1 and chapter 2 in Hebrew. And then because the words are so base and they all tie together, because every letter is a word, every letter is a word. Every single letter word. So it gets so much deeper. Like me, what I'm learning, it's so far, like it's unbelievable. Like sometimes I have to put the scripture down and tell the Most High, it's too much. It's too much for me because it's so much revelation. And that I walk outside and I listen and I hear things, and it's like I'm seeing. It's like you know, I'm seeing what we're going through and I'm understanding it, and I'm not freaking out anymore. I used to be suicidal,
And it's
with
crazy
everything
because what it
I had.
is with the spells and the words, right? This is the thing with deciphering, right, or breaking down those words. Man, I wish I had this brother Huey up here, sis. When I say you would be like, oh my goodness. And also a sister named Cosmo Young. She everything you was just talking about, right? She talks about that and tell that all the time with the Ayaharu explaining it, the womb and the phallus and all this stuff. And people, some us get us most of the time we get it, but some people don't really get it. And it's like I'm just listening at all these things, just all these confirmations that keep coming in revelations, because of what needs and what was going to come out, because this is the time of that, right? And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
grateful. I'm appreciative of meeting you, sis. I don't know if I said that. I said, oh, I love you and all that, but I really want to tell you I'm appreciative of meeting you and coming to this information about understanding the Hebrew language, because I really didn't think, I'm just thinking, oh, it's a different language, and I was aware of the spell binding. I've been teaching this for years, sis, that the spell binding of the Bible and the indoctrination of the historical books and stuff, all of this is like the lies. And a lot of this has to do with frequency and with the frequencies of the words and the way that you pronounce things, the spelling. And when you're even writing these things out, it's giving a spell in a different language and all this stuff. So when I'm thinking about what you're saying with the Hebrew, now it confirms for me everything that I keep saying, because now it shows me that now I see, oh, so when they twist this word and this word and this word, we know it's a spell and we're saying it different. And even though we know words intertwine and this is this and that, the thing is that by twisting those words and having us say certain words and saying and speaking these words, we're putting out there and manifesting everything that they want us to, by more so creating our reality. By helping them, not only are they recycling and using our energy and recirculating us, they are using us to manifest things into this world in the improper
Mm-hmm.
way, by using
Mm-hmm.
us and our frequencies and vibration because of the power we hold within, and changing the words of what, like the Hebrew language and those things, because those ah, that, and what you're saying, those different things, they give a frequency code when you're speaking them as well. So with the metabolical matter that we spew from our mouth, all this stuff that creates the building blocks in this life, by spelling them and saying them in incorrect form, that creates and manifests the reality that they want us to manifest. So if we were speaking the language and saying the proper things, by knowing that we're saying this thing to manifest the proper thing, to manifest the power, to manifest the will, and all these things would be so much different for us. And this, I'm just astounded right now by this. But go ahead, sis. I'm sorry to cut you off.
I was gonna say something real quick. Can I say something real quick? I was gonna say, um, um, the language. It sounds like it's just like a deep coding, and on top of it, by certain things resonating, it doesn't have a like you were saying, sister. It doesn't really favor us in a good light. I just had to say that because everybody don't understand the coding and everybody don't understand that they're manifesting and they don't know that certain things are resonating with you to
Right,
to the point where you gonna feed it. You know what I'm saying?
right. They
That's
don't
that's
get it.
that's why
But
sometimes it's
okay.
better. Sometimes it's better just to just sit back and just watch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right, right. Go ahead, finish, sis. I'm sorry I cut you off, honey.
I wanted to ask Sister, I forgot it, Defania. Um,
Yes.
if I say Gansama,
I'm
I want to
sorry.
be.
Go ahead.
If I say if I say to you, I want to become a Gansama,
Asama.
Gansama,
I don't.
Gazama,
Gansama,
Ganzama.
yeah, Gansama.
I
I
don't.
was
I would not know what you're saying. Like
okay.
God, because you. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, because I was wondering maybe it's a Hebrew word, because some people in Suriname, when their Kundalini rises, when they're how do you say that, when they're in a trance, they speak Hebrew.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I
So.
was.
So. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, because yeah, and I was always wondering like how, because nobody when they're in a trance, nobody understands. Only the people that's doing the ceremony or the ritual, or the, it's not a ritual but a ceremony. So I was wondering maybe why do they speak Hebrew?
Speaking
Um,
in tongue.
yeah, I won't say in yeah different tongues, but when you say speaking in tongues, it reminds me of church. But it's not.
But sis, you got to
Yeah.
remember that's the same thing that's separating because that they want they when we thinking about anything we hear in the Bible or church and stuff, we automatically think, oh, see, that's that. No, that is speaking in the tongue, sis. They're literally speaking in
No,
the original tongue because of
okay.
the frequency. Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry.
Ooh, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad. I love you, lady. Thank you so much. And the gentleman, that came on, thank you so much. I respect your views, brother. I don't know your name. I'd like to know her name, but I
Sorry.
respect the views. But I went through this with my mother, and my mom is approaching 80, and she's like still die hard Christian, not just Christian. She's die hard white Jesus Christian, and she's like, and it's like, oh, like she doesn't want to deal with me because I don't believe in that, you know. So, when you look at when Oh, I'm sorry. I just went off track. I just got distracted. So you guys go ahead.
Happens here all the time, sis.
Yeah, you were.
All the
I,
time.
I asked you about people in Suriname or no. Okay, I
Oh,
don't.
the
About why they
Gaza.
speak
The
Hebrew
Gaza.
when they're
The, the, the Gaza. Okay. Now now this
Because
again,
oh,
it goes back to language.
one thing. The Gansama means higher shelf. So yeah, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, yes. Okay, so you see now you're bringing it. This is where the language gets very important. So in the scriptures, right? In the scriptures, it speaks about the Gaza, right? It talks about Gaza. And even in the English, when you read the King
yes,
James Bible, it mentions the Gaza, right? And
yes,
even when you read the book of Ezekiel and the book of, I believe, uh, Joel or Habakkuk, but you can read where destruction is and things are going to be happening in the last days and the gas. So now here's the thing in the language. The ayin, in when you read it in Hebrew, it's spelled with an ayin. It's not spelled with a G. But when you read it in different language, like it's in Greek or different places, they now translate some of the iron word with that starts with the iron into a G. So you would see when you're reading about Gaza Strip in some places, you would see them pronouncing it with an A, or you would see them pronouncing it with the Z. So you're saying this, and when you add the at the end, it's just including like a nation. It brings the breath. It's like the woman. That's how Sarah got the H added at the end of her name, because she becomes the mother of the nation.
mm,
That H at the end is the breath of the nation. That's what that H, that the breath.
Mm.
Understand in Hebrew.
like they
That's
always
why
say.
Abraham, that's why Abram, his name was Abram, and what it says, God changed his name and added that H in the middle to Abraham. He had the breath in him, the breath of life. It's like you
Oh
have
my
the
gosh.
lungs now.
Get them
You
ruach.
now have the laws. Now I've given you the laws how to be a righteous person. And once you doing like that, I'll make sure you are successful and you get everything you get. That's the whole point we're supposed to be. If we just become righteous freaking men and women like we're supposed to be,
Yes.
God is like, yo, I got your back because you're the only ones I got the covenant with. Every other nation, they just like their wickedness. Whatever they're doing, they just love it. Whether they get their babies are born with
Yeah,
6 arms and all that stuff, they're gonna
yeah,
worship that baby. Whether they
yeah.
like the gay thing, they're gonna like that baby. And he tells us 2/3 of y'all Negroes, 2/3 of y'all, 67 of y'all walking down the street, 67 of y'all Negroes walking down the street, men and women, 67 of them, God tells us, watch out. Be careful. 67 of those 100 are no good. You get into any kind of business with them. That's what it's talking about, eating from the fruit of the tree. Do
Yes.
not have any business with them. The tree is a people, a family line, a nation of people we were warned not to have any business with. It wasn't no damn physical tree. You're picking an apple. No,
Eat the apple and
family tree. You ain't no till this day, nobody can show me a snake that talks. But once we start reading it in Hebrew, it's like it just like how what do Negroes do in rap battles? What do we do in rap battles? Everything is a similitude. Everything is an allegory. Yo, I'm hanging low like a blah blah blah. It's like everything is that's exactly how it's read in Hebrew. And guess what? In Hebrew, everything rhymes. Everything rhymes. So it's like we not only wrote out our history from the Adam, the upright man, the man of blood, the blood
oh
covenant.
my gosh, sis. You are literally, hold on, baby. I gotta cut you one more time. You literally confirming everything. Sis, I swear, this is if you go back, if you could know me some months back, I've been beating this and pounding this and saying certain things, right? And it be sounded like I don't know why it sounds so different. And like we with us, right? All of us that conglomerate in on different panels, but we're always mostly the same people, right? We all talk about these same things, right? But we all have like different views, kind of like we express it different, just like we would, because it's our own idea, right? So what happens a lot of times, it's crazy. People argue with each other about everything. So it be arguments coming up, and it's like, dang, they saying the same thing, but the only thing maybe this person don't see this part. This person may not get this part, and so it's like it goes around. So I'll try and type things into the medical aspect, and I swear, the more you keep talking, is everything. I've been talking for the last couple of weeks. The spirit kept telling me one of the brothers, the one I think I was just mentioning to you, Huey, we always talk about words and letters and trying to decipher words and stuff. So he was talking about something, and something came to me about the H, and I'm like, yeah, that H. I said the silent H is what put everything into a perspective of the false reality, because that's what can be tapped into. That's like the middle ground, right? Something you just said. I don't want to elaborate on everything I was saying with that, sis, but something you just said when you was talking about the high, the H, when they put the breath in the Sarah and the AH and the H in the Abraham. I'm like, oh my God. When I say, sis, you just confirming for me so much stuff right now. It's crazy because, like I said, my spirit will tell me stuff. And I know what I'm talking about based off other information I know. But the confirmation don't always be there. But I be confirmed in my mind and in my heart. I know what I'm talking about. I'll tell people, I speak it, I tell them I this and that, and I'll be firm on it and I'll confirm it with other facts. But I don't know how I know it sometimes, sis. And like when you're coming here now, this is why it's so important to listen. People are so against people. Like when you say, well, how they feel about the Bible? You might not know this, but I know a couple of my viewers dropped off because they were probably like, oh, here go the Bible talk. Because some people feel like that, but they don't know how important it is sometimes to listen. Because when you hear things, it may not be what you think it's going to be. It may be other information to partake with something else like you. Excuse me, right now, sis, you have confirmed so much of information I've been talking about, that I've been convicted in my heart and my mind and my spirit has shown me. And I keep hounding it and hounding it. And when I say you don't know how, just some of the small stuff you saying is confirming so many things. So I know it's nothing but the spirit coming and bringing the confirmation of things. You know what I'm saying? So it's important for us to always have an ear to hear, because what you hear sometimes is not always about what a person's saying, but it's something you may get out of that. That is having the ear. That is deciphering and understanding what it is we need to pull from information to gather within ourselves. So it is written on our hearts. So it's written on our minds, our soul, our spirit. So we have the interconnection and we're able to reach into ourselves and really feel that. And sis, oh my gosh, oh man, you just enlightened me right now. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight. But go ahead, keep talking, baby. I didn't mean to cut you off like that.
Let me say
No,
something real quick. Can I say something real quick? Um,
yes,
I get what you're saying, but I feel like this. Some of this stuff is just actually like embedded in my head already, right? Like like the word H, right? When I see the word H, I think of the stick man. That's what I see
Oh,
when I see the H. Like you know how they
Hollow
flipped
man.
how they flipped it and made it across a different
No,
kind of stick man. You see how they're manipulating the letters and the symbols and the different meanings. You know, a lot of that stuff. I already get that stuff, but I don't really speak on it because I actually when I do look at the H, I look at the 2 feet going down. The your waistline is the part that's coming across in your two arms. That's a H when you got your hands up and your feet are touching the ground and you got your hands up. That's to me that's like a stick man. You know what I'm saying? I
but
just thought
okay, but
I just thought I'd point that out. You know what I'm saying? Because
uh,
that's just another way of looking at it outside the box. Because you talking about different letters in different languages, which a lot of us over here we don't really dabble into that. We just
But I'm
kind of.
dabbling into it, so I'm finna stop you right now before you cut the sister
uh,
wisdom, Dark.
Oh,
Hold
my
on.
bad. I was gonna give it to her. I just wanted to say
Right, right.
that
But
because.
but you're saying something that's going into something else, brother, and it's getting a
Oh, my
little off
bad.
from
But
where she was going because the sister is doing she's enlightening right now, and and I don't want it to go somewhere else. I really don't. I already cut her wisdom because I got excited because she was confirming the thing about the H with me, but we don't have to get into the H. I was just talking about it, brother. I want to talk about letters and words particularly other than the general conversation right now. And I'm not trying to be rude to you, bro. Don't think I'm doing that. I just want to stick to, the stuff that she's saying because she's saying a lot. Her spirit is having her say what she needs to be saying at this moment. And I already cut it. So let's just, try to stay on that particular line.
thank you very much, Sister Soul, for saying that. But if I may, we'll continue, but just let me answer that in like 10 seconds to let the brother know. You're focusing on the H, which is the English language, the symbol of the English language, which just came about a few hundred years ago. We're talking right now about ancient language. So if that can help you, you're saying you have things in your head. That's what Sister Soul and I, when we were on the phone a few days ago, that was one of the sentence. I don't know if she remember. If you remember, Sister Soul, remember what I said? I don't believe in the New Testament. There's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that's what Christianity is all about. That a lot of us we need to get out of our head because I even when I started reading in Hebrew, sometimes I'm thinking thoughts, and then I would like come up with like trying to put things together as I'm learning it, and it's like I have to put literally hit myself in the head, like no, divine, no, 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 that's New Testament, that's New
Mm.
Testament, no, no. So it's like I have to get all of that stuff that I grew up with in the Christian church out of my head, to in order to, hey, start back from scratch. Okay, now I'm starting back from the Hebrew. I don't want to know nothing in English. I don't I don't deal with the English language when I read the scripture anymore, because unless I'm doing it for, for research and then to, show, my, where I'm coming from or what the Hebrew is saying for those who can't read it or understand it. But what the brother is coming from, I just want to jab it and say, hey, you're dealing with the H, which is an English language which started when Latin started. English is not the English alphabet doesn't even belong to English. Latin came about after the Greek. Greek came about after Hebrew. So when you look at the Latin language, Latin started before English came around, and Latin started using English, the what we call English letters now. They're actually Latin letters because English wasn't around yet. That's why you can find your King James, these versions, a lot of these versions, and you would see them where there is no J, there is an I, because the English language wasn't even formed yet. They were still tussling around with the I and the J. They were still tussling around with the U and the V. That's why you can see a lot of these structures and these courthouses, and you would see, instead of a U, you would see a V. That's all Greco-Roman stuff. It's the same people who kicked us out of our land. It's the same people who came and built, who are ruling us all over. The same Greco-Roman they have for their courthouses and everything. So get that H with the stem. I'm hoping, hopefully you can get that H with the stem out of your head, because that's just an English language that's recently invented the past few hundred years.
And real quick, sis is about to get off. She done been up late again tonight. We appreciate you, Sister Alma. Thank you so much for your wisdom and words and your time tonight, babe. Get you some rest, and I'll give you a moment to say your good nights.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's going? Oh,
Yeah, it's about 6 in the morning over there where she at 6:30.
oh, blessings. Thank you. Thank you for being here then.
Yes. Thank you, sis. Thank you, bro, Dark Amelia. Thank you, my beautiful sister, from another mother, Sister Shaw. Um, we'll keep in touch, and I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow. So
Okay, babe. Let
yeah,
me know so you know I can try and make sure I'm up there. Even if I'm out, I'll try and like join it
yeah.
because I might not see the notification.
Oh yeah, So
Okay.
okay, much love, everybody. One
Thanks,
love.
sis.
Okay,
Love you.
and one more thing, Sister Amma, before you go, when you get off, when you get a chance, look up the Gaza Strip, and you would look at the Gaza Strip. That's the strip that connects what they call the Levant from Africa. The only way you can get across there without a boat is the Gaza Strip, the Gazama that you're saying, and
Mm,
it's a high plateau. It's like a
wow,
pathway to get from the Levant over to Africa. So that Gazama does mean that loftiness, that highness that you were speaking of. So look into that, and yeah, that has a lot of credence.
wow.
And
Thank
check
you.
that out, sis. Think about what she said and what I was talking about when it comes to my people and the people moving up the river, down the river. We was talking about the frequencies and the different things with that. That's crazy, right? That's
Yes,
crazy with
Sky
that.
people.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Uh,
go
peace
sleep
and
on that and
blessings
have
to
a
you.
nice brain flow on. If you get into any battle, beat somebody ass for me.
Oh man, that's why I'm so tired. Man, what you be doing? I'm helping everybody fight.
Stay safe, sister.
Yeah.
Stay
And
All
safe.
good.
right, sweetie. Have a good one.
One
Talk with you
love.
tomorrow or later for you.
Yes,
All right, dear.
peace, everybody.
Hey, peace,
Give
everybody. Peace.
peace, bro.
Yes, sis. I'm so glad that you was up to join in. Make sure you check. Yeah, try to make sure you check us out tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna probably go live tomorrow because I'm gonna have a couple things to talk about. Did you want to say a few more things, babe, before we get out of here?
No, if you're leaving, then we can shut it
No,
down.
no, I don't
I
gotta
can
shut
talk
it down.
forever.
We can keep going now. I'm a little tired, but I ain't like worn out. So yeah, I can go a little bit longer now. Because I'm liking this.
Okay,
Keep
so
talking more about the we gonna have to have some private information on this so I could take notes because this stuff is like exciting for me. Just knowing
so
this.
okay, so I'll just give, because your channel is a channel that really doesn't deal with the scriptures. I'll just give a brief, just throw out some brief sentences there, and maybe it'll start making sense to people what I'm getting from the scripture. When you're reading it, there is world one, world two, world three, world four, world five, and we're in world six right now. We're the Negroes. Adam, we come from the Negro race. The Adam, everybody did not come from Adam. The Adam are specific people. It tells you that in Genesis 1, and he called their names Adam. So it was a family line, and that's why the family line was tracked. The Most High made it important where our people tracked and kept the generation all the way down to the 12 sons. And by the time we got to the 12 sons and we got wicked, we got scattered. And it says in the last days, in the Second Kings, it says in chapter 1 verse 8, it says in the last days, I think Solomon was praying. It's like, please, wherever they are and they're scattered, if they come back to who they are, if they come back to who their memory is, he told God, please be with them and wake them up. And the scripture tells you, only us who the covenant is that God made the covenant with, only us will know the truth. So all these brothers going around talking about they reading these books and they calling out all these scholars and all these things on this scholar said this and this theologian said this and he said this and he said that. And I'm saying to yourself, you guys are telling me you don't believe in the Bible because it was written by a white man, but all your sources you're coming to me with is written by white men. I said, you guys, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I said, you know what? Take all your books from all your white men. I'm going to just stick to this one book and I'm going to study it in Hebrew. And it makes a hell of a lot more sense. And I can see clearly. My eyes are open clearly to read through you guys when you're trying to pull a scam, when you're trying to do this. Why? Because the scripture is warning me what to look out for. I see the events. It tells you what to look out for. The blood rivers, the storms. You have locusts landing on Mecca, covering the Jews, covering those who are bowing at the temple right now. You know, that's what the book of Isaiah is talking about. The book of Isaiah, one time, listen to this, sis. Check this out.
Mhm.
There is only one time in the Tanakh. When I say Tanakh, I'm talking about what they call the Old Testament, right? I don't deal with the New Testament. That's Greek, Greco-Roman Jesus and all that's Greco-Roman. I don't deal with that. That's a demigod, right?
Yes.
The Tanakh. In the Tanakh, it tells you how the world is going to end. It even tells you that there's going to be it calls it a Merkabah, right? It's a big millstone, they translate it in English, that's going to be coming from the sky. You see them keep talking about this, the asteroid coming, there's a big asteroid,
Right,
something is
right.
going to be coming from the sky. That's already mentioned in the Bible that it's coming. It tells you when you see all these things happening at the same time, dead fish, blood rivers, locusts, all of these things are happening. I study eschatology at the highest. I've been doing it even before I even knew I was Israelite. I was into eschatology, studying like all the stuff going on around the world. That's just a hobby of mine, like everything that's going on. And when I tell you blood rivers,
Mhm.
locusts, they don't mention those things on the news. They don't mention what's going on the news. But if people are looking in, I tune into every channel, every country. I watch what's going on. And it's like, oh my God, if everybody was seeing, it's like, yo, this thing is written. And the scripture says, when you see all these things happening at once, know that destruction, know that that cycle that was mentioned on the stream we were on before, we were talking about when
Yeah.
is that cycle going to end? This 6,000 years is going to end. The calendar, remember I was talking to you about the calendar? I
Yes.
got the calendar right here. The calendar is almost done. That's why all this destruction, all this revelation, that's what apocalypse means. Apocalypse, it's a Greek word, which means the revealing. It means to reveal.
Yes. We're in the
Put it in
time.
a movie like they put it in movies like apocalypse,
Yep.
destruction, destruction. That's what a lot of people, when they think of apocalypse, they think of destruction. But apocalypse, the Greek word itself means reveal, revelation. It's like this is the moment. That's why all these people, these rape things, all these senators and all these
Yep.
priests, everything going
Everything
down.
coming out.
We are in the days of revelation. This, and you can read all of that in the scriptures. It tells you it's going to happen. And it even tells you the order is going to happen in. So that's what I study. And that's why I can deal with this and sit back and just watch. And I just pray that our people, and it's like, God, all I do is pray. I don't pray for the world anymore. We grew up praying for the world. I don't pray for the
Mhm.
world. I pray for our people. I say, Father, please lift up those who are righteous amongst us. The 1/3 that you said, you're going to say, please, because he says, once the 1/3 that 1/3 percentage of all the Negroes scattered throughout the earth. He says once he get that, yo, it is total annihilation upon this earth. Total annihilation for all the judgment for all the nations that has done us wrong. He named out all the nations. Check this out. Check this out. When you read the book of Ezekiel, you read the book of Isaiah, and you read the books, it even tells you all the nations over there where its judgment is going to be. And here's the thing. They change a lot of names, but those names, the countries still have the names till this day. That's not an accident.
Right, exactly. The
It's not
old
an
maps,
accident.
sis, they don't be look. People don't watch these old maps and stuff.
This
Ooh,
it's not an accident. They
yeah.
changed a lot of names. They changed the country of Ham, Ham to Africa, right? But
Mm-hmm.
you can change the name, but there's certain names when you read the judgment, guess what? When you read the when you read the judgment, it mentions the Gaza Strip. That's where the whole we were talking about when I was telling
Yeah.
Sister
Mm-hmm.
Amma about that, right? Gaza, when they say Gaza Strip, when you read it in English in the King James, it's actually the same but some countries they pronounce it with the G sound instead of the sound, right? So the Gaza Strip is mentioned in the Bible. The Golan Heights, even in the English King James Bible, Gaza Strip is mentioned, Golan Heights is mentioned, Ashkelon is mentioned, Ashdod is mentioned. All these countries, and guess what? When I went in and I went in and just started looking up, and I went and look up the population of all these countries that are mentioned, even in the English. I look up the population, and I looked up who are the people living there. I already had an idea, but I said, let me double check because I want to make sure my information for my
Right,
mind
right,
is right.
right.
Guess what?
Uh,
How is the judgment? How is it when judgment talks about the judgment? And how is it all these places that the Most High mentioned that's going to be in judgment, that he's going to be killing and wiping their ass off, and he calls them the bastard children of the earth? How is it these are where all the let's call them the black coats, black hat, black, I don't want to call out their names, but you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think since you're talking about you're
The
talking about
people who stole our
the
identity.
acting
It's
like
the
yes,
fifth
yes, yes,
identity
yes,
theft.
yes. I know exactly. Yes.
So how is it when you see all the judgment in last days when the Most High called them a bastard and said, you have stolen my children, you have sold my children. And he said, I sent you to punish them, but you took
Yep.
it too far. As Most High said, you took it too far. It's one thing you taking them and hey, they're living in your land, they're serving, they're working and all that stuff. But you go and murdering my kids, you chaining them, you burning them, you hanging them and all of that is written. And it says he told them, you took it too far. This
And
nation, he
they
said,
got to pay.
people are gonna be under seven, our people are gonna be under seven major slaveries. And this is the seventh one. And he said this was the horn we were going to be. It's a language we have never known, because all the other languages in that area we knew. We knew Arabic, we knew Greek, we knew all it, those
French,
languages.
all
But the
that.
English language, this English language that's running the world, you in order to do business, you got to speak English. You know, every nation you got to speak English. This language, we have never known this language, the bastard. He said, I'm going to send you to a land you've never known, to a people you've never known, and to a language you've never known. We ain't never known no damn English. Wasn't invented yet.
Mm-mm. It wasn't invented till they decided to create it to establish their spell binding and take
And
us away
took
from
our
our
book
language. Yes. Yes, sis.
and took your diary and took our diary of our forefathers written by the hands of God. And that's the thing. That's what the Most High said. He said, if I write it, who can erase it? It's like no matter what they do, but the thing is, we have to serve out our punishment. Every time we serve the punishment, he told us how long we're going to serve our punishment. This is no different. There is no difference. So people saying in the Christianities, oh, no man knows the day, the time, and the hour. And I say to them, damn you. That's a lie, because God says, no, I always give you the time and the length. I always tell you the time and the length. He always told us how long he's going to be punished. And he told us how long we're going to be punished. He told us it was going to be multiplied. And he told us it's going to be 430 years. He told us it was going to be 430 years. Multiple times in the scripture, he told us in the last days you're going to go into slavery under your last punishment, the seventh, because, yo, that's it. 70, that's it. This is it. And he told us that. And after that, he says, then. So it just so happened that the 70th cycle of the Most High calendar that I have right in front of me here, I deal with the Most High's calendar. He deals his calendar after 7 pages. It starts back at page 1. But man deals with a calendar 12 pages, and you got to flip it. The calendar I have here deals with 7 pages, and you flip it, right? So his
So what
time.
the part, sis, where you're saying that they were sent here to punish us? One of the sisters asked about that. I didn't want to stop you again because I keep stopping you. Now tell me, what do you mean by that? What you're saying that they came to take over? This is why they took over. What do you mean by that? They want to understand that too.
In other words, the Most High explains he's not gonna, if you do something wrong, right? He's not gonna reach his hand out the sky and punish you. If you are his children, he's just gonna get, like he said, he's gonna get the other nations to punish you. So we see a lot of people, a lot of us, uh, a lot of time get gunned down innoc- innocently, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have a lot of brothers and sisters who have done things they shouldn't be doing. And even though sometimes they weren't hurting anybody, the Most High sees them as precious. So it's like, yo, I know you weren't hurting anybody. You were hurting yourself doing the drugs and all that. But I'm going to have the cops, them come and put a false charge on you just so you can go in there and get a couple of months and get your mind right. He gives us opportunity to get, it's like, yo, he tells you, I'm bringing you down so you can come to me and get yourself right. But a lot of the times, what do? When we get down into a low spot, we tend to go to man. And a lot of the times, we're going to people who freaking don't have, they don't even have their own lives right, but they're trying to give us advice. And he said, it even tells us about feeding, there's certain people of the poor to feed. He tells us, yeah,
So I
you take
take that
those
as,
who,
sis, when you said that about bringing us down to take us up high, right? I take that
Mhm.
as that's the meditation of the spirit and the mind, and bringing it to the perfect balance. And when you're creating a certain meditative state, this is when you get a certain oscillation, which is that heat that's created in the macabre in your spine. It literally starts to oscillate and creates that crystallization of the gas aspect in your mind that gives you the torus, or the force field of protection around your body, because you're enlightened to a certain state. So when you say that, that confirms that for me, as far as like when it says taking you down to a low spot, because you have to go within yourself in order to connect to the soul and be able to reach the most high. Because if not, it's being tampered with and altered by the creative spaces of these people that can actually do brain mapping and give thoughts and certain insinuations and innuendos to the mind state, you know?
Mhm. It, well said, well said. And when you think about it, a lot of times when something becomes habitual,
Mm-hmm.
people don't even, it gets to a point where it becomes normal, where they don't even see it as something wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Like a
Right.
lot of these young girls, for instance, who go into you know, explicit careers, they don't see it as something wrong because of how they were brought up or the environment and all that. But just because a person doesn't see they're wrong doesn't mean that they're not wrong in what they're doing. So That's another aspect. Looking at people, sometimes it's like, yo, they are so deep into it, like a pig. It's like you just love the slop, you love the mud, you love rolling around in that
But
crap,
sis,
you know?
they a lot of times, this is what I always try to tell some of the brothers that be going, ham on their family. Oh, my family, they so this and that. A lot of times that's because of the indoctrination. So it's like they're a part of the world, right? So because they're a part of this world and pulling all this stuff in, all this information, the falsities, the air, the food, the water, the music, everything that they're pulling in, that's creating those formulations of reality on their brain that are the false ascensions of truth. They're pulling this in, so it's like literally written on them, just like how the truth is written on some of our souls. Just like I, in my mind, in my spirit, I don't decipher stuff when I hear it, or I don't come to these conclusions when I hear it, or people don't confirm things in my mind that I thought of. These are the thoughts that my spirit has put in my mind. My spirit has written these things in my soul and in my heart. So now when something comes along to resonate, it's another confirmation for me. So with people, because they're indoctrinated, these things are literally written. Brain mapping information is written on them, on their physical, because that's what's being
Mhm.
altered, and they're manipulated to a state that they can't break past that barrier to get there. So this is why they get stuck like that, because it's like they're trying to ascend to a space past that, but because of all the manipulation and indoctrination and the chemicals and this and that they're fighting against, this is that spiritual warfare. It's a fight of the spirit against the soul, and the spirit is the physical components that fight the soul to try and harness and harvest it and hold it down and make it at a low nature so that it's not able to operate at its fullest capacity.
Right. Okay. Right. That, you see, that makes sense because it ties back into the scriptures. Like a lot of people that I've been hearing actually for over the past few years, I've been hearing different ideas and aspect of the spirit and the soul and this and that. So you want to talk about that? Like, what do you what do you see as, how would you define the spirit and the soul?
Okay, the spirit is more of the how can I say, circuitry, maybe the electronic component of the person. So it's the electric part, like the ignited, that particular part. And the soul is more the magnetism, the thing that is the holder of everything. It holds the mind, the body, and the soul in place. But that spirit, which is that the electric part of that, can be altered because of the technical devices and things of that nature, right? So the spirit is something that can be worked on via all of the entertainment issues in the world: music, sound, visualization of different things, pictures, picture books, TV, all these things they put in people. So those things are able to be tapped in via technology because of certain technical um, chemistry that the TVs and things that they use, that are also matter, but it's certain particular matter particles that connect to us, and our spirit resonates with it. And this is why we're easily to be drawn into it. So that's the spirit part. So that's the lower self, which is the lower man. And then when we have our soul, that's the magnetism. The magnetism holds everything together, and it is the part of us that is really us. It is the photonic energy, and that energy is what actually is the mover of whatever it is as well. Like the how people talk about the waters and wading in the water. When we hear those different things with the religious aspect, the waters is really the part that can be tapped into as well with with the with the electric, with the spark, with the certain things that are false, because those things are on a technical level. You know what I'm saying? And so this is what I see as the difference. So with the spirit being the electric, and the soul being the magnetism, or I'm sorry, I'm saying it. I'm saying it backwards, I think, because when I think about the electric, that would be the spirit. So that's the energy, that's the photonic energy, that's the fire. So I'm saying it backwards when I said that. So everything I said, just think of it that way. So the
Yeah, no,
soul.
I got you. I got you.
Okay, okay. So with that, so the electromagnetism is what brings together the molecules and things of the physical, and the spirit, which is everything that is of the unseen, and that's pulled together, creating the electromagnetism, bringing that body into a formation. So I see they're the same, but they're separate because there's the one component that is the one that can be tapped into. And technology definitely is proven can be tapped into via technology with brain mapping, with the nanoparticles that actually do the shifting and altering of the cellular structure in the body. So that's how the spirit is slightly different.
Okay. Now, you see, this is what I'm saying. Now, for me, you came from more of like a technical way in neo terms to
Hmm.
describe it. And like this is what I'm saying. Like a lot of the stuff we talk about, I can agree with you because I can say, so would you mind if I explain to you what I'm getting from the scripture?
Yes,
From
please do. So
how it's described.
yeah.
So so the soul, nephesh in Hebrew, it's nephesh, the Hebrew word, and everything living has that nephesh. That nephesh, it says where Elohim mera hefet al penetehu, right? His
Hmm.
vibration. They translated in English, I think they said, and God, whatever above the face of the water, whatever word they use, but the
Mm,
actual word mera hefet means vibrate, to vibrate, vibration,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
So he vibrates. So now the vibration, according when you're reading it in Hebrew, he vibrating. So now his energy. This is how animals and everything. So everything has a soul, right? If you're
Mm,
alive and
yes,
living, you have a soul.
yes.
But the spirit now is what where the mind comes in, how you are crafted and how the characters that surrounding you is what forms the spirit that leads your soul.
There you go. That's everything that is the waveform, like you said, the technical
Ex-
side
yeah,
and the scientific and the metaphysical side, sis.
y-
That is all of
yes,
that. This
yes,
is
because
all I
let's think
see,
about it.
sis. Yes.
Yes, let me give you an example, right? Take for and salute and blessings to anyone out there who have a child who is that have MS, or one of those where they can't communicate with people, they can't, they're in a wheelchair, they can't communicate, they have to be
Oh,
pushed around.
quadriplegic.
Those
Hmm.
or they don't even have to be paraplegic. They could have MS. Those people, they can't talk,
Right, right.
they
Okay, just
can't
no control
communicate.
over their limbs.
So
Yes.
right, right, and speech or pattern, they can't talk, they can't right. So when you look at a person like that, that person is alive. They are a living soul,
Right.
but what's missing from them? The spirit of communication, like their brain, they cannot get, no one can entice them to do anything because that part of their brain is not active for anyone to even teach them or entice them to do anything. That's where the spirit comes in. So when the Bible talks about spirit, how they try to put it in the Christian world, like, oh, they're these dark spirits and demons, and the Bible, yes, the Most High talks about spirits, but he's talking about people. He's talking about the spirits upon them. You could be sitting minding yourself, and here comes a bunch of your homeboys, a bunch of your her girls. Hey, girl, you want to go? Let's go do this. Let's go do that, and blah blah blah. And it could be something that you shouldn't be going, and it's like then they convince you. Those are dark spirits. Those are spirits that came and affected your soul. Now your soul is gonna get up and go follow those people to go and do wrong. Those spirits entice you.
This whole religion, Christianity, and all this thing making this book that is our heritage, our ancestor, our diary, and they have painted this and given our diary of our ancestors to the whole world. That's why the Most High made sure He kept all those names, and this begat this, 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 and this was going to happen to you. And when at the end of times, He says, when you see all the signs, He says, look upon the signs, look at where you are and who you are in the world, and you would know that you are the children of the Most High. And it's like, okay, here we are. We're in the last days. This 6,000 years, they're looking at man's calendar of 12 months when they have messed up, went to the Gregorian calendar, the Julian calendar, and all this stuff. Listen, dealing with the Most High's calendar, this 6,000 year is almost up. That's why the seventh day hasn't come yet. When they read in the Bible and God rested on the seventh day, that was just the whole, the chapter 1 is just dealing with the whole book. Like beginning, yo, I formed my people, I call them Adam, and this is the Adam that I chose, and boom, and he begot this and he begot this, and then they spread off, and then Adam's son made it with Cain's son. People not even seeing that. That's why both when Cain's lineage ended, Cain's the father's name was Lamech. Who was Noah's father's name? Lamech. Cain's seed mixed with the holy seed. That's what the whole God and the gods of the children of God dated with the children of men. It's human beings. The Most High is like, you holy. It's like He was telling Israel, don't go mingling with the other tribes. It's the same story over and over again. And we're going to get punished, a lot of us, and we're going to die in this whole thing, and He's going to sink down. It's going to be more earthquakes and more hurricanes, and a lot more disasters are coming. People have no idea how much disaster is coming.
It's
It
still
talks about
coming.
the great city is going to be split in three. The
Because
Most
it's
High is going to
happening.
send out massive millstone, something coming from the sky, call it an asteroid, whatever. It's coming from the sky. It's already talked about in the Bible, and I've been warning people for a few years. Yo, this thing is coming, and now science is talking about. They talking about it's coming from the sky. They don't know what it is. I'm like, yo, this already written in the Bible. A great millstone is going to come from the sky, split the country, the city, the great country. They put city, great country in three, and it's going to split in three parts. So whatever it is coming, it's going to be split in that freaking country in three sections. That's how big the impact. And it even tells you 7,000 people are going to die instantly. It even gives you the number of people. So we can even look for the report of 7,000 people died in that impact instantaneously.
Mm.
Like it's written. I'm sorry. I know I talk a lot. Sorry.
No, you fine. I'm listening. I hear you said, and it's just with me. Remember I was telling you the other day. It's just like how you're saying certain things, and it's just confirming for me the same exact things. I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'm definitely in tune, and I'm feeling you. And the thing is, I still keep seeing all the how it connects to me and me physically, how all the things you're talking about still connects to even like when you're talking about the destruction and stuff. Yes, this is a natural disaster for the earth ending and the new beginning of something new. And this is all this golden age that we're in right now. They've been telling people about for years because they knew about that too. And like you said, they've been seeing these different things. I've been hearing about like different asteroid. I've been hearing about new Nibiru and all these different things over the years. So we are just like wondering like what exactly when these things happen, right, what is the real spiritual thing. This is what I be trying to tie it into, because for me it's more of a spiritual, mental thing, a lot of this stuff. And it's like, what do we see out of this that we can get? Is it like the you just said it was like an asteroid that killed 7,000 people, this and that could be something like this jab and things of that nature that's been going on. You know what I'm saying, sis? That's all I mean. It's like it's a lot of different things, and reading it a lot of times, and because now I don't know Hebrew, but from the stuff you're telling me, it still just keeps confirming. The more you be talking about stuff, it
Yeah,
confirm this thing, and they confirm that thing. So I'm just like, it's it
yeah.
it
If
it.
you read, if you, I'm sorry for cutting you off, sis.
No,
If
you
you
didn't.
read,
You did.
I believe it's Psalm 92. If you read Psalm 92, right?
Mhm.
Um, it talks about an arrow. It's talking to us, right? Our people, right? And it's telling us about wartime. This is prophetic from David, and it's telling us about the end days. And it says that an arrow. It says an arrow shooting forth. Let me see if I can remember. You know what? I would like to bring it up and read it, but I don't want to mess up the my
Sure, go
phone.
ahead.
But it tells you about an arrow that will come and kill. It says 10,000 men. It warns you about those who are keeping the faith, those who are righteous, those who are living righteous. It talks about wartime, and it says an arrow will come, 10, and it shall kill 10,000 men shall fall at your. I think it said right hand side and 1,000 at your left. I might have it mixed up, vice
Mixed up, man.
versa. But
Yeah.
when you look at yourself, it's like, yo, this people who say, oh, this man written. Well, whoever this man was, light, electricity, airplanes, automobiles, none of this thing was even invented yet. So whoever wrote this book knew about missiles because it's talking about even when you ever saw that movie Broken Arrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, even in the military till this day, missiles are called arrow. Now, when you read Psalm 83, it's telling you about the arrow that's going to be killing 10,000 people. Now, you tell me what arrow anybody can shoot with a bow that's going to kill 10,000 people in one spot, 1,000 people on the left side of you or 10,000 on the right. But it says, but no harm shall come to you. That's what the Most High said. Destruction going to be going on all around you. But you who are in my faith, who are keeping my faith, who are keeping righteousness, who are keeping the laws, he says, no harm shall come to you. So me, that's my faith. It's like I just try to listen. It's easy for me it's easy to do right. For me, it's easier to do right than to do wrong. Because when you do wrong, you got to keep looking over your shoulder. You got to keep thinking up of a lie. It's like it's too much work. It's too much work.
And when I think about that, I'm thinking about how they have everybody taking this jab now, right?
Hmm.
And the nanoparticles that are in there that could be very explosive to the body. So when you just said that, that just made me think of that. Like, wow. Hmm.
Hmm. And so just to give the audience, your audience, a little thing for them to sleep on. No, Adam and Eve were not the only two people living at that time in the garden, in our Eden. No, they weren't animals that went on the ark. They were people. I can prove all of that in Hebrew. So a lot of the things that you're hearing in the flood, the word for flood also means army, like an army of people coming against us. So there's a lot of things when you start reading it in Hebrew that the picture just becomes clear, and it's just like reading it like a battle rap, and it's like, oh my gosh. And it's like then you can really see yourself in the story. Then
Hmm.
you really see yourself like it's always been us. And this is the seventh nation we're under rulership under. And it's the last one because it just remember we were talking about the clock and the calendar, and I
Yeah.
told you the Most High deals with the 7 days, 7 month circular calendar. We deal with a 12, the earthly calendar of 12 months. And
Yes.
at some point, just like the shorthand and the hour hand, at some point they're gonna meet up. Well, think about it like that. This calendar
and our calendar, they're meeting up. That 6,000 years is meeting up. That's why all throughout the scripture, he keeps saying, "Oh, Israel, keep the laws, come into my day of rest." That's a famous line all throughout the Bible. Come into my day of rest. Oh, please keep the laws so you can come into my day of rest. Why is he begging us? Keep the laws so we can come into his day of rest, because the seventh day hasn't come yet. So when they preaching, oh, and God rested on the seventh day, they don't understand what that's saying. That's just an overture of the entire Bible. Like after the 6,000 years that we're in, that we're dealing with, that's what he's seeing all this destruction going on. After this end, then there's going to be peace upon this earth for 1,000 years. And guess what? Because of man's nature, those who are around, they're going to come and then they're going to start enticing, and the whole cycle is going to start back again. And this same Bible is going to be existing again. That's what he keeps saying. His words last forever. They just keep going forever and ever, because man's nature just keeps going forever and ever. That's why he can never save all of the earth. It's always that 1/3. And he said there's only one pocket of people that I saw from beginning to end who is going to be, who's going to like righteousness, like, hey, just do things right. And, righteousness is his thing. And that one pocket he saw was in our people. And when you
Yeah,
look at our people, with all the sins that's been happening in this country, how come the main people who are running this country, none of their people have ever talked up and have, none of that about it? Now you look at our community. It's like now we're waking up. We're in the last days. We're starting to wake up. A lot of our people are reading Hebrew, studying Hebrew. We're becoming the biggest thing on internet for speaking out now on this topic. We're bringing the light. That's what we were supposed to do in the beginning of time. That's what the Most High said He put our people here for. You guys supposed to uphold the law and make sure all the other nations look at you as an example of how things can work good if you do good. And now here we are. We're starting to speak up and speak out about injustice, unrighteousness, and I think, yeah, that's why I stick to the book, because so far I'm not seeing anything false so far, at least not in the Hebrew language.
I understand that, sis. And it's just all about connecting and what you resonate with. And the spirit will definitely show or guide a person to what they need to get them to their place. I feel like sometimes with the Bible and things, even though people look at it negatively, because there is truth in it, some people that are meant to see that light will see it. And some people will come to it with by other means. They look within themselves. They get information by other tools or other avenues, or just like myself, the spirit be talking to them, and then let them know or tell them, and then they get guided. And sometimes we don't always see, where they were guided from or where they got their direction from. But it's like you said, the people know, and like it's within us, the ones that have that internal light, and we're always drawn. We're drawn to the area of the truth or the information, and knowing what it is, even if we don't get it from the same conclusion. Sometimes is what I'm saying.
Hmm. Yes. And what I've found, Sister Soul, is that um, even the brothers who say they are Torah, they are Israelites, and they're teaching their scriptures and all this stuff, I look at them. That's why I don't associate themselves. But first of all, you're calling yourself an Israelite. I hate that word, because you wouldn't even pronounce it like that. Like, it has no meaning in Hebrew. It
Mm,
has a meaning in the Jewish language. It has a meaning in Yiddish. They speak Yiddish. They don't speak Hebrew. They just use Hebrew
mm,
letters. They speak most of it. It's German and Russian, a little bit of French, but they just use Hebrew letters. So they have fooled the world, and the world is thinking they're speaking Hebrew. And I listen, you have no idea how many Jews I deal with all the time. And even last week, and he was telling me, yeah, we speak it's like German. So a German person can talk to a Jewish person for the
Mm-hmm.
first time, and they can understand each other. Now, you tell me, how does that make sense?
Hmm.
How does that make sense? If the Jewish people are speaking Hebrew, how the hell do Germans and Russian understand 50% of what they're saying?
Hmm.
That language that his name was Ben Yehuda Al something, Ben Al Yehud. He created that language in 1860, 68, somewhere around that time, the late 18th century. He went to Israel. He went over there to that land, and he started gathering information because remember, they're starting to come into taking over this place. That whole
Hmm.
Balfour Declaration and all that thing came in place. And he went, this is historical, this is history. He went over there and started gathering information and words and all of this stuff because none of their people knew the language itself. They're not the real people. If you knew the real people, you wouldn't have to create a language. So
Right.
that's how the Yiddish came about. So he started compiling Hebrew words, French words, German words, a lot of German words, and a lot of Russian words. And that's how you form the Yiddish language. Jewish people speak Yiddish. They don't speak Hebrew. I challenge them. I have challenged them even in their own house with their own library, opening their books, and they say they don't speak. They shocked, like, you read Hebrew? They
That's
always
right.
get shocked, like, you read, you know. And these are 80 people. These people are in their 80s and all that. I'm like, yo, you guys supposedly came straight out of before that whole Holocaust thing, and you guys don't even speak the language still. And then they tell you they don't follow the Torah, they don't believe. I have not met one Jewish person yet so far. And like I tell you, I deal with them in my business. Till this day, I fish with them and everything. I have not found one of them so far who say, all of them say they don't believe in the Bible.
Hmm.
All of them tell you they don't believe in the Bible.
They don't.
This they use in the name of the people of the Bible, and the whole world is paying them dues. Even the churches pay them dues because they have taken. That's why I tell you, it's the biggest identity theft in the world. You talk about identity theft, identity theft. There's no way that's why we are dark skinned. It's not dark skin. The Most High tell us when you read it in Hebrew. That's why, you know what the word for man is?
In Hebrew?
The Hebrew word, you probably heard it before, is ish. They say ish and isha for the woman. Guess what the root word of that is? Esh. It the same Hebrew letters, it means fire. And the scripture says you are the people who have been through the fire. We have went through, this is our sixth world we're going through. We have went through the fire. It's why we're dark. It's a lot more meaning behind why we are dark.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Daniel and the
just
lion den.
melanin. It's going through the
Mm-hmm.
fire, We have been going through this fire for worlds. The first Adam mentioned in the Bible was born in world 3, in day 3, not day 6, in day 3. It tells you that in Hebrew. A matter of fact, it tells you that in English, chapter 2, verse 7. It tells you Adam was formed, Adam was created before the trees. You got to go back to day 3 when the trees were created. But you got to you understand what I'm saying? It's understanding, this is the same people. We're the same people over and over and over and over. That's why verse 2 started out with the flood, and there was waters upon the face of the deep. Yeah, he flooded it again. That's why he had to make the promise after he flooded it again. After Noah, he made the promise of putting the rainbow there. And these people are using the rainbow as a flag
That's a
for
spaceship.
gayism and the
Mm-hmm.
LGBTQ. And the Most High said, yeah, that rainbow, he put it there, not for us. Yeah, it's a beauty for us to look at. Oh, it's so pretty. But he tells you in the book, I put that rainbow there to remind me not to kill off everybody on the earth again. It literally even tells you that in English. In English, it even tells you that. I put that rainbow there for me to remind me not to wipe out the whole earth again. So now they have taken this rainbow, this symbol that the Most High use. Every time I look at that rainbow, I look at it like a judgment, like, yo, they just keep getting the Most High. The more rain, you ain't see more rainbows more now than ever. You're seeing double rainbows, triple rainbows,
Mhm.
and people are looking at it like, oh, it's so pretty. Me, when I look at it, I'm like, oh, God is getting more upset. I'm looking at it like a different angle. Like, yo, it's just him keep reminding himself, like, not yet. And he says his patience is long. His patience is long on judging this earth and judging the people. He's nobody can have longer patience than him, but he can't go against his word. He's got a time clock. His time clock, the sun, moon, stars, is like a watch. You got your minute hand, your hour hand, and your second hand. Your yeah, your second hand. So you have those three elements, sun, moon, and stars. That's his clock. And that's why he told us we're supposed to look out for these formations. And when these things start happening, you're going to know time is there, destruction is there. Get yourself together. That's the warning. We got to get ourselves together, man. Look how we're treating each other. Look what we're doing to our kids. We're raping and, kidnapping. We're doing all kind of, I mean, look what we're doing. I mean, this is madness. We got to be, it has to come to an end. It has to be cleansed. So that's what I get from the book. I get a lot of understanding from it. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in all of that stuff. But I do believe in the book because the book paints the picture of us, who we were, where we came from,
Mhm.
we are right now, and literally identifies us to the T. You can't get away from it.
He said
Sis, you
the
have anybody in the chat that wanted to jump in, or you have to go? I don't know. Me, I'm up on.
yeah, I'm gonna get ready to get off in a second since it's been a little over 3 hours. We can give it a few more minutes. Um, but I'm enjoying the conversation, even, though I see things some of the stuff a little differently. I definitely am interested in this Hebrew because it still solidifies a lot of things. And I definitely want to understand the language and some of the wording because I know that the spelling is that spell binding, like I said. So I think just understanding the language is important because I'd be able to see more into the things that I'm reading by having more clarification on that. So I just I'm enjoying it. I appreciate you for coming up and everything.
Yeah, and I appreciate you and thank you for having me. And I'm glad that we can have discussions. We don't have to believe in the same thing, but we can at least discuss things. And, none of us have
Yeah.
the truth. We're both still seeking. And as long as we're on the same path and, we're seeking like that justice, and we were speaking out earlier, on
Yes,
another
yes.
channel about justice. And for me, that's the most important thing. And the rest of it, the creator will work out. But we are on the right path with the same spirit. And for me, that's the most important thing. And thank you for having me on, Sister Soul.
Yes,
Okay.
sister. Thank you. I appreciate you. Definitely, you already know. Make sure you're welcome to come anytime. I want to thank my chat. Thank you guys for hanging in. They obviously enjoyed the conversation. Most of the chat stayed in and listened, and hopefully you guys were able to discern some information beneficial to you. Hopefully listening to me and the sister and me trying to decipher the way the spirit is showing me things and actually connecting it to our physical in the ways that we can adapt to making changes to better ourselves. You guys may have heard a little bit of that. What I'm gonna tell y'all to do tomorrow, tonight, whenever you're out riding or something, keep something in your car. a snack or two, some bottled waters. It's hot out, and people standing on the corners or whatever. Give them a little snack, a bottle of water, make them smile, let them know they thought about them, love, and you help them to keep them hydrated or something. So anything you could do for anybody else, if it's not putting you outside of your way and it's not going to be harmful to you, make sure you do that. Don't let nobody take advantage of you. Don't let anybody come around and absorbing your energy so that they're harnessing it, getting rid of their dead weight, that heavy weighted energy that's negative and low vibrational frequency, and putting it off on you. So make sure you're staying strong in your physical, your mental, and your spiritual. So when these things are around and they coming around, you're able to fight them. You can stand with this battle, and you be able to make sure that you're protecting yourself and having a strong barrier foundation. So keep clean, do whatever feels good to pleasing your heart, making somebody feel good, even if it's a smile, whatever you could do. Just make sure you're doing whatever you could do. That's the only thing I could say about that. You guys know that's all I can think about right now. I'm a little tired. Y'all know I'll be rambling. Sometime I'll be like, okay, I'm about to go. Then I get to talking about something. So I ain't gonna do that right now. But I appreciate y'all guys so much. Once again, y'all know it's nothing but love. Thank you so much for my chat. I appreciate everybody that came up on the panel. Of course, my sis Amazon. Thanks for coming through, sis. Her late night, she came in and supported me as usual. Mind's Eye, Big Philly. Um, who else came up? A couple of other people came up, I believe. I can't recall right now, y'all. I'm a little tired. I'm sorry. Just know that I appreciate y'all coming up. Definitely appreciate my chat. Y'all know I love y'all to death. Um, we will, be at it again tomorrow, guys, dropping some facts, information, just speaking a word, whatever's on our mind. I'm definitely going to try to make sure, as I said, the last few weeks, I had a lot of things going on. So you guys know this week I've been trying to make sure I'm in here and, putting out a word or two. So hopefully it's beneficial to anybody. And if it is, make sure you share it with somebody else, guys. So y'all have a good night. Peace, love, greatness, and everything. Have some good soaring dreams tonight. Hopefully, you wake up with some good ideas and thoughts that'll be beneficial to you as well. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace and love. You